Live from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, Neston presents Boston Red Sox baseball. Tonight, the Red Sox open up a 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Tonight could be a very exciting night for the Red Sox. With a win, they would clinch a berth in the playoffs. The Red Sox have the opportunity to do that tonight in this first game of the series. The reason being the Red Sox would have 94 wins. The Oakland Athletics and Anaheim Angels have 3 games left between each other. They would wash each other out, and if the Red Sox were able to grab a victory tonight, they would have 94 wins. One of those teams could have 94 wins, but they would win the division. Certainly Anaheim with the toughest stretch as they need to play Texas 4 times and, of course, go head-to-head with the Oakland A's 3 more games. We welcome in Jerry Remy tonight. Jerry, the Red Sox face Scott Kazmir, who pitched very well.
First of all, Don, you did a wonderful job explaining all that because I don't still get it. All I know, if they win tonight, they clinch a wild card spot, so that's good news. And Scott Kazmir, remember this kid a couple of weeks ago at Fenway Park, was absolutely outstanding against the Red Sox. 20 years old, coming over from the New York Mets for Victor Zambrano, had 9 strikeouts in 6 innings and shut the Red Sox down for 6 innings. Very impressive with his fastball, his breaking ball, and his changeup. Showed great poise for a 20-year-old kid. Well, the next time out against Toronto, he got bombed in 2 innings. He gave up 7 runs. The second chance the Red Sox get to look at him tonight, maybe different results, certainly a different lineup. Ortiz out of there, Miller out of there, Manny's the DH.
This much we know. They need to win tonight. Game number 94. They'll go after it. We're back with more after this.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
Applebee's new car side to go is here.
Well, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, little darling.
With car side to go, you can make dinner just by making a call.
Let's go again once more.
Plus, we'll deliver the food straight from our kitchen to your car.
Oh, pretty baby, I love you so.
So try Applebee's new car side to go. It's not fast food, it's Applebee's food fast.
Eating good in the neighborhood. Let's go.
Think you can buy this 5-piece bedroom for $7.99 from my competitors?
Forget about it.
Or this bedroom for only $7.99 from them?
Forget about it.
They offer you so-called free interest and free delivery.
Forget about it. Nothing's free. It's built into their price.
Want double talk? Go to them.
Want straight talk and pure value?
Gimmicks are gone forever. Come on down to my Bob's. It's a whole new day.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your New England Jeep dealers, by LoJack, by Honda, by Aflac, by your Boston area Lexus dealers, and by Citgo. Back at Tropicana Field as the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays begin a 3-game series here tonight. And mentioned earlier, the Red Sox with a chance to assure their spot in the playoffs with a victory tonight. They have not given up hope yet on the American League East and find themselves 3.5 games back of the New York Yankees after taking 2 out of 3 from New York over the weekend. The Red Sox with a 6-game lead over Anaheim and now a 7-game lead over the Texas Rangers in the wild card. The playoff picture is brought to you by Olympia Sports, proud sponsor of the Special Olympics during September and October. Stop by any Olympia Sports store to make a small charitable contribution to this very worthwhile cause. Well, from the time Bronson Arroyo was a kid, he knew he wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. Drafted in the 1995 the draft right out of high school by the Pittsburgh Pirates, Arroyo quickly learned that his best shot to make the majors would be from the mound. Let's go inside your Sox with Bronson Arroyo. Swing and a miss, make it 12 strikeouts for Bronson Arroyo.
Bronson Anthony Arroyo was born in Key West, Florida on February 24th, 1977. Bronson isn't a run-of-the-mill name, but it wasn't until Arroyo started going to school that he started wondering about the origin of that name.
I think probably about 7 or 8 years old. I think is when I first started hearing my parents talk about it a little bit, and I think I just overheard my dad telling somebody one time. They said, "How did you get the first name Bronson?" You know, and he said, "I named him after Charles Bronson because I liked his movie." So I really didn't like him that much, to tell you the truth.
Despite his name, Arroyo wasn't about to get into acting. He grew up knowing he wanted to play baseball, and when he started playing organized ball as a kid, Bronson convinced his father that baseball was the right game for him.
For me, it was about 5, maybe 6 years old. I was wanting to play t-ball, and my father was like, "No, why don't you play football and basketball, you know, because that's what he played." And but I said, "No, let me play t-ball." And then after he saw I had, you know, a little bit more talent than most of the kids out there, we pretty much got on a regiment like I have now ever since I was about 6. Yeah, for me, it's always been baseball.
Arroyo's professional baseball career started when he was drafted in the 3rd round of the first-year player draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1995. He went straight from high school to the Pirates Gulf Coast League team in Bradenton, Florida. And while he played shortstop throughout high school, Arroyo realized that his best chance to make it as a pro was on the mound.
I think I could have been a decent fielder, but swinging the stick, I don't know. I mean, I hit good in high school, but who doesn't, you know? You're seeing 83-mile-an-hour fastballs all the time. Guys who can't throw a breaking ball over the plate, so it's a little bit different. People always ask me, they say, "How come pitchers can't hit in the National League?" I say, "I haven't picked up a bat in 4 years. I went from seeing high school pitchers, and now I got to face Darren Dreifer throwing a 94-mile-an-hour sinker and a slider, I guess, you know?"
Arroyo spent 6 seasons in the Pirates minor league system before finally making his first appearance in the major leagues in 2000. Surprisingly, he didn't even have to throw a pitch at all in his first pro game.
I had been in AAA, and my manager had actually gotten called up to the big leagues to be the third base coach. They'd fired the first and third base coaches. So I get called up about a week later, and I had been pinch hitting and pinch running in AAA for him a lot. So I come to the park. It's raining that day. We're playing the Braves, and I'm getting ready for the game, and I'm putting my spikes on, and Jimmy Anderson says, "Bronson, what are you doing?" And I said, "You know, I might have to pinch run or something. You know, I've been doing this a lot." And he goes, "Nobody's going to pinch hit. Nobody's going to pinch run here. Take those spikes off." I go, "Okay." So I put my tennis shoes on, sitting there watching the Braves game, 3rd inning. I hear, "Arroyo, you're on deck." I say, "What?" Gene Lamont, I go, "I don't even have spikes on." Gene Lamont says, "Just get in the box. Don't worry about it. We need a pinch hitter." So I make my major league debut as a pinch hitter off Bruce Chen the day before I'm starting. And I guess it was like the first time that had happened in like 50 years or something. So it was definitely memorable.
After 2 more seasons with Pittsburgh, Arroyo was waived by the Pirates prior to the 2003 season. It didn't take long for other teams to show some interest in the young right-hander.
I actually was building a house last offseason, and I was at the house, and my agent called and said they're going to designate you because we need a spot for Suppan on the roster with Pittsburgh. So I said, "Okay, we'll see if I get claimed by anybody." And then I got a call from the GM, Littlefield, told me I got claimed by the Boston Red Sox probably 2 weeks before spring. And it was funny because I was just finishing up my house, and there was only 2 baseball pictures in my house, and one was of first pitch at PNC Park, the new stadium, and then another picture somebody had given me was a picture of the rookie, called The Rookie, you know, with the Red Sox and Ted Williams sitting there. And it was funny, I got claimed by the Red Sox, and my wife says, "Look, we got this picture on the wall. It must be fate."
After being picked up by the Red Sox, Arroyo started the regular season in AAA with Pawtucket. He led the Paw Sox with 12 wins and was named International League Pitcher of the Year. One of his wins was a perfect game against the Buffalo Bisons on August 10th at McCoy Stadium. It was just the fourth perfect game in the 120-year history of the International League. Shortly after, he was called up to the big club and made 6 appearances for the Sox before the end of the season and made the postseason roster. He was impressive in the playoffs. In 3 appearances in the ALCS, he allowed only 1 run in 3 1/3 innings and recorded 5 strikeouts. This season, he has been with the big club since opening day and has been the team's number 5 starter for most of the year. He may have a losing record, but that does not reflect how well he has pitched for the Sox in 2004. Aside from baseball, Arroyo's other passion is music. Recently, he played live at Peter Gammon's Hut Stove Cool Music Jimmy Fund benefit.
I know someday you'll have a beautiful life. I know you'll be the star.
And he's recorded backup vocals for the Dropkick Murphys song Tessie. Arroyo's love for music didn't come until later in his life, but he wasn't too surprised since he comes from a musical family.
For me, it didn't, I really didn't like music at all until 92. I started listening to music a little bit in 92. And everybody in my family, my grandmother was a music teacher, still is, for like 60 years. And everybody in my family played an instrument. They thought I was the only one who was totally non-musically inclined. But in 99, actually, our clubby had a guitar, and I just started messing around. The general manager of the Altoona Curve gave me an old guitar, and I've been playing ever since.
2, 3, 4, testing, upset, my crazy shouting, but not here to mess around. Boston, you know we love you, man, they hear the crowd.
In this town, it's, baseball is so big and so is music. And, I think, musicians like, to come to the ballpark and see a game. And, I like to come into the studio and just mess around. So hopefully, maybe play a couple gigs around here or something.
Fall, Nesson's got one heavy-hitting lineup. As the Sox make their September stretch run, Nesson is your ace in the postseason race. New England's first word on sports is now the last with Nesson's new evening edition of Sports Desk. In November, reality sets in with Subaru of New England's Roughing It. Good sports in the great outdoors. And the hits just keep on coming. Nesson, one nation, one network, and one heavy-hitting new fall lineup.
Not a bad place to play. Stay tuned.
Tuesday, Sox Rays coverage at 6 on Nesson. New England's first word on sports, night and day. Sports Desk, Nesson's award-winning sports news report, now delivers your sports news and analysis following Red Sox baseball coverage. And every morning from 5 to 9, new time, new look, new host.
The difference is night and day.
The all-new Sports Desk, evenings following Sox coverage and mornings from 5 to 9.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back with Eric Freed from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, ready for the Red Sox and the Devil Rays. The Devil Rays have taken the field. Let's take a look at the Red Sox starting lineup brought to you by Dodge. Johnny Damon leading it off in center field. Mark Bellhorn at second base. Manny Ramirez tonight, the DH with Kevin Millar in left field. Jason Varitek doing the catching. Orlando Cabrera at short. David McCarty in there at first base tonight. Kevin Youkilis at third base and Gabe Kapler in right field. Bats ninth. The Red Sox go up against Scott Kazmir.
Been an interesting season for Kazmir. It started in the Mets organization, was traded for Victor Zambrano. He spent time this year in St. Lucie, Binghamton, Montgomery, and of course finishing the year with Tampa Bay. The Red Sox remember him well back on the 14th at Fenway Park. 6 innings in that game, 3 hits allowed, no runs. He walked 3 and struck out 9. He followed that up by getting bombed by the Toronto Blue Jays back on the 19th. Only lasted 2 innings in that game and has not started a game since. So second time around for Kazmir. Red Sox hope to have better success tonight.
Tampa Bay defense is brought to you by New England Toyota dealers, and it's Aubrey Huff at third base, Julio Lugo the shortstop, Jeff Blum at second, and Tino Martinez at first. Left to right, Kyle Crawford, Rocco Baldelli, and Jose Cruz Jr. Toby Hall doing the catching for Kazmir.
The umpiring crew has Bruce Dreckman behind the plate, Greg Gibson at first base, Larry Poncino at second, and Jerry Davis, the umpire, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, Johnny Damon stepping in for the Red Sox here in the top half of the first inning. Damon at 303, 18 homers and 82 runs batted in. Kazmir ready, and the first pitch of this one is in there for strike one to Damon. Well, the Red Sox traveling to Tampa Bay today, unable to get in last night due to the hurricane coming through, and the Red Sox electing to travel today. They left Boston around 9:45 this morning, and we get in around 1 o'clock today at the hotel. And the Red Sox ready to go here in this 3-game series.
And one of those rare times through the course of a season, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Red Sox could not travel here last night, so you travel day of the game. It's kind of like what they do at AAA all the time.
Oh, yeah. Get those 4 a.m. wake-up calls a lot in AAA. You take that first flight out and then play as soon as really you land in the city almost. So certainly these guys have done it at the AAA level before. The last time the Red Sox did it was that Labor Day weekend game against the Philadelphia Phillies last season, in which they flew in just to play that game and then flew out to Chicago after the game.
And won that game, which was a very big win for the Red Sox last season.
Here's the 2-2 to Damon. He'll chop it towards third. Aubrey Huff on the run, and in time to get Damon.
Now, driving in here, Don, from the airport to the hotel, it didn't seem to be a lot of damage. I guess here in this area, they got an awful lot of rain and winds that got maybe as high as 70, 75 miles an hour. It's the other coast, on the East Coast, that had the major damage, and of course a little bit of damage here to the roof over Tropicana Field. Fortunately, it's 2 layers thick, so there's still a layer left up there.
And oddly, it's the under layer there that broke off, not the top layer, which I guess is very fortunate here at Tropicana Field. Mark Bellhorn, the batter. Bellhorn at 261, 17 homers and 80 runs batted in. Facing Scott Kazmir, who's ready with the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Bellhorn, 1-2. Kazmir, a first-round draft choice, 15th overall in the 2002 draft by the New York Mets. Very quick rise to the major leagues for Kazmir. Swing and a miss by Bellhorn. He strikes out. And there's 2 down in the first inning.
Now, that's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner from Kazmir. I mean, that's very similar to the stuff that he had last time at Fenway Park. We mentioned he's 2-2 on the season. His wins coming in his first start against Seattle, and of course that win against the Red Sox.
He has 29 strikeouts in 24 innings coming in. And he's ready to deal with Manny Ramirez, who tonight serves as the Red Sox DH. He left yesterday's game with a little bit of a twinge in his hamstring. Terry Francona saying before the game that it's not a huge worry, but giving the chance to Manny really to DH here and not play on this turf in the outfield. He doesn't think it's going to cause Manny to miss any time, but nevertheless, it's been something that's been bothering Manny lately. Kazmir challenging Ramirez, and he's ahead of Ramirez, 0-2. 1-2 now to Manny. Kevin Millar waiting on deck as David Ortiz has the night off, at least to begin the ball game for the Red Sox. A different looking lineup tonight for Boston. The 1-2 to Ramirez. Sliced foul to the backstop. Will Miller's knee has been barking a little bit, and here, of course, playing in Tampa Bay, Terry Francona said he'd give him tonight off. Would likely see Miller in each of the next 2 games of this series. But tonight, Kevin Youkilis getting the start at third base. Again, the 1-2 to Manny. Popped up foul off first base. This should get back into the seats as Tino Martinez gives chase, but well back into the crowd.
Well, the Devil Rays themselves were in a situation like we are in today, but it was in New York, and they arrived at Yankee Stadium just about an hour prior to game time. Red Sox today, of course, had a chance to check into the hotel, rest for a couple of hours, and come to the ballpark. But Lou's group, when they went to New York to a makeup game, they got there about 1 hour prior to game time.
He slices it foul off the dugout back into the seats. And he has now hit safely in 7 straight games, and over the last 7 games hitting at .357. Seventh pitch of the at-bat, and Manny takes it down and in to even the count now at 2-2. Manny with 42 home runs to lead the league coming into tonight's action. Did he go? No. It's his first base umpire, Greg Gibson. Count had been 0-2, and it goes full circle now to a full count.
And a good call by the first base umpire, Gibson. Not even close to a swing that time for Manny.
Payoff pitch to Ramirez. He struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Kazmir. Down in order go the Red Sox. Devil Rays coming up.
Bristol Toyota in Bristol, Rhode Island is proud to announce its September clearance event. How about the 2005 Camry, America's #1 selling car, for only $16,872, or lease it for $178 per month? Or how about the 2005 Corolla for $13,890, or lease it for $165 per month? If it's a pre-owned car or truck you're looking for, Bristol Toyota carries all the makes, and their selection has never been better. See why Bristol Toyota is the dealer where friends send friends every day.
Adelphia brings you ESPN in HD. We bring you basketball, football, hockey, and baseball in HD. We bring you college and pro sports in HD. We bring you football on Sunday and Monday nights in HD. In fact, Adelphia has the most sports in HD, even more than Dish or DirecTV. Call Adelphia today for the best value in HD TV. Adelphia HD. You may not know what's real anymore.
Celebrating 2 decades of sport. NESN, the New England Sports Network.
Bottom of the first inning back in Tampa Bay. The Devil Rays lineup is brought to you by Rico. Carl Crawford leading it off for Tampa Bay. He's in left field. Jose Cruz Jr. in right. Aubrey Huff at third base. Rocco Baldelli in center field. Tino Martinez at first base. Midre Cummings, a former Red Sox outfielder, the DH. Julio Lugo at shortstop. Jeff Blum at second base. And Toby Hall bats ninth and does the catching as they go up against Bronson Arroyo.
Well, Bronson Arroyo trying to get above 500 with the record. 9-9 coming into the game. On the road this year, though, a 3.17 ERA. That's the 5th lowest ERA on the road in the American League. 1-1 in back-to-back starts against Tampa Bay. 1 here and 1 at Fenway Park.
Ball 2 to Carl Crawford, and it's 2-1. Youkilis in on the artificial grass at third base. Crawford hitting at .293, 11 homers and 53 runs batted in. He hits it in the air down the right field line, backing out of play.
Now, Carl Crawford will certainly win the stolen base leadership in the American League this season. 57 steals. Ichiro's second with 35. He's just running away from the pack, Don. This could be some night tonight.
It started off very, very quickly. And again, the 2-2. Crawford pops it up. Back at third. Youkilis on the run. So's Cabrera, but Millar will come from left and make the basket catch. Wow, that looked like he was going to land on the turf.
Well, we hope the defense tonight is a little more solid than that as we go along. And the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Lexus. It'll be Kevin Youkilis at third base. Orlando Cabrera, the shortstop. Mark Bellhorn at second. David McCarty at first. Kevin Millar in left. Johnny Damon in center. Gabe Kapler in right. And Jason Varitek behind the plate. That was Kevin Millar pulling off his Willie Mays imitation, I guess, on this first fly ball. Cabrera going back, Youkilis going back, Millar calling for it, and whoop. Looks like he didn't even watch it into the glove. He was looking at Cabrera.
Well, the out of Crawford, and here's Jose Cruz Jr., the right fielder for Tampa Bay. And he hits at .237 overall, 21 home runs and 76 runs batted in. He is hitless in his last 2 games. A strike in there. A large contingent of Red Sox fans here as always in Tampa Bay. There you go. They'll check. No, says Jerry Davis, the third base umpire. And it's 2-2 to Jose Cruz Jr. He's got 21 home runs this season. He jumps back out of the way of that pitch. A full count now.
He's got hot since the Red Sox saw him last. He's hit in 10 of his last 13 games. Average still only .237, though, coming into tonight's action.
Walk here. He's down to first base. First base runner of the night for Tampa Bay.
The only team in the American League with more steals than Tampa Bay, the Anaheim Angels. Of course, a lot of those steals coming from Crawford, but Cruz himself has 10.
One out, one on for Aubrey Huff. Last time the Red Sox saw Tampa Bay, Huff was doing the majority of DHing. But he's back defensively at third base, hitting at .302, 29 homers, and over 100 RBIs this season at 102. Had some back problems and was activated on August 26th. Since coming back on August 26th, he's hit at .371. To the backstop, and it's 1-2 now to Aubrey Huff.
And 7 at bats against Bronson Arroyo. Aubrey Huff has 5 hits.
Jose Cruz Jr. with a good-sized lead at first, held on by David McCarty. And the 1-2. Softly line and a hop to Cabrera. He'll touch second and fire to first, up off the glove of McCarty and into the Tampa Bay dugout. They will award second base to to Aubrey Huff as Jose Cruz Jr. is erased at second. There's 2 down in the inning.
I thought for sure when Cabrera fielded this, he was going to go to Bellhorn and turn it over, but no, he elects to take it himself and rushes the throw and gets it up over the head of David McCarty. Of course, McCarty very tall, so this throw very high by Cabrera just sails on him and gets into that dugout for the Devil Rays. That moves Huff in a scoring position. Cabrera picks up his 7th error in a Red Sox uniform.
So 2 down, Aubrey Huff at second base, and here's Rocco Baldelli. Baldelli hitting at .283 this season, 15 homers and 70 runs batted in. Evens up at 1-1 to Baldelli. He's hit safely in 13 of his last 16 games. He has 5 home runs this month. Spent time on the DL with a strained right quadricep and missed 15 games. A breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 now to Baldelli. Short time, he's got some good numbers against Bronson Arroyo.
Little different atmosphere here tonight than what we've been accustomed to back at Fenway for the last 3 games.
Not quite the same buzz here tonight.
Fortunately, though, for the Red Sox, I think the majority of the people here are Red Sox fans.
Rocco Baldelli started 127 games now for Tampa Bay. 116 in center field and 11 as the designated hitter. Count of 1-2 to Rocco Baldelli with Aubrey Huff at second base and 2 down. And Veritek's going to head out and talk to Bronson Arroyo. A 20-pitch first inning so far for Bronson Arroyo. But tonight is trying to get into double figures in terms of wins. He comes in with the 9-9 record.
Now working on back-to-back no decisions. A very good game he pitched against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Last time, though, 5 earned runs against Baltimore in 5 1/3.
Again, the 1-2. Away to Baldelli, and the count evens up now at 2-2. Chopped right side. Bellhorn plays the high hop and throws out Baldelli. Tampa Bay stranding a base runner at second. We're done with 1. Scoreless from Tampa Bay.
Hot, delicious, freshly baked bagels. Now available, fully loaded.
How are you supposed to know if you're a victim of medical malpractice? After all, you're not a doctor. That's why so many people call us. We consult with medical experts. We give them the facts. Some have a case, some don't. Either way, at least they know. Wouldn't you rather know than wonder?
Call Lovett, Sheffrin, Harnett, the medical malpractice law firm. 863-8800.
Hi, I'm Al Cerrone. Cars, SUVs, work trucks, at Cerrone's, we've got them all. 04 Grand Dams or Releros. Well, you know, $199 per month, no money down, and you own it. 04 Buick Rendezvous or GMC Envoy with 4-wheel drive. Your choice, $18,995. And work trucks, lots of work trucks, like this brand new 2005 with automatic and air, $16,995. Cars, SUVs, work trucks. See the Cerrones on Route 1 in South Attleboro? You'll be glad you did.
Because man can't live on freshly baked croissants and bagels alone.
Back in Tampa, no scores. We go to the top of the second. Don't miss the all-new sports desk, complete with a new host, Hazel May, a new set, and a new time. It's your first word in local sports, nightly at 10, following Red Sox baseball coverage, and mornings at 5. The new look sports desk tonight, right after Red Sox baseball programming.
Scott Kazmir retired the Red Sox in order in the first inning on a ground out and a pair of strikeouts, striking out Bellhorn and Ramirez. Kevin Millar, Jason Varitek, and Orlando Cabrera expected here in the top half of the second inning. Millar in there tonight. David Ortiz is the night off, at least to begin the ball game tonight. For a strike, a high strike at that. That's 1-2 now to Millar. Millar 1 for 5 in the series against the Yankees over the weekend. Evens up now at 2-2 to Millar. Said a 298 this season against left-handed pitching. Not much difference. Against right-handers, he hits a 297, but 14 of his 17 home runs have come off right-handed pitchers. Only 3 against lefties. Chases that pitch and strikes out for Kazmir. It's 3 strikeouts in a row.
Now this is a very similar type stuff that we saw last time at Fenway Park. At times his fastball overpowering, and this fastball here up and out of the zone, and there's no way you can catch up to that. So he's got 3 strikeouts so far, 2 on fastballs and 1 on a changeup.
He's retired the first 4 Red Sox that he's faced tonight. Here's Jason Varitek. He takes the first pitch strike. Varitek hitting at 297, 17 homers and 72 runs batted in. Kazmir quickly ahead 0-2. This is the first time that Kazmir has faced an opponent in the major leagues for the second time. His second start here against the Red Sox tonight. He's 20 years of age, from Houston, Texas. The league leaders are brought to you by Volvo, the official vehicle of the Boston Red Sox. And the category is left-handed pitching, and the batting average against Jason Varitek second only to Ichiro. This one fouled off to the right. Ichiro at 410, Jason Varitek at 358.
And of course the only left-hander on that list, Ichiro, at 410 against left-handed pitching.
To the Varitek, and a swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts in a row for Scott Kazmir.
Well, I got to tell you, Don, from what we saw from him in Boston, I don't know how in the world he gave up 7 earned runs in 2 innings against Toronto following that ball game. Now, he's had an extended time off. His last time out was the 19th against the Blue Jays, and here it is, the 27th. So he's been off for quite some time, and he looks awfully strong early in this game.
He's retired the first 5 Red Sox that he's faced tonight, 4 by way of the K. And Orlando Cabrera taking a hack at the first pitch. The Red Sox have been pretty aggressive up there. We're at 282, 5 homers and 27 runs batted in. Popped up. Back comes Toby Hall, the catcher, discarding the mask and making the catch to end the inning. Kazmir has retired the first 6 Red Sox. We played an inning and a half. Scoreless from St. Petersburg.
Do you want me? Do you really want me? I bet you think you can't afford me. Find your own style at IMG, International Motor Group, 4657 Post Road, Warwick, Rhode Island. Honey, does this make me look fat?
You betcha. In the time it takes to pull out the sleeper sofa, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Can your glue do this or this? Wonder Glue can, but it won't save you any money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
I'm back, bigger and better than ever. So show me the money and I'll show you the best RV value east side of the Mississippi.
Travel the open road with an RV from Marty's U.S. RV. Now's the time to experience America with all the luxuries of home and the comfort and security of your very own RV. At Marty's U.S. RV, choose from New England's largest selection of new and pre-owned recreational vehicles. Fleetwood, Airstream, American Eagle, Monaco, and many other product lines in stock.
U.S. RV, quantity, quality, and price. Experience the U.S. RV difference.
SLU, I'm going to guess at that St. Leo's University, which is north of Tampa. I attended St. Leo's, you know, Don.
Really?
Yeah, for about a week. I never went to a class, didn't buy a book, played a lot of ping pong, and returned home.
Must have been very proud.
My parents were very proud of me.
Tino Martinez will lead it off as we head to the last half of the second inning. So they probably wouldn't count you as one of their more famous alumnus.
No. No. Actually, what happened is I got drafted by the Washington Senators, and I thought, well, maybe I should go to school. I got to school, and I said, nah, I don't think I like this. And, you know, I'm going to go back again, and I got redrafted by the Angels after that. So.
Softly grounded. Bellhorn ranging at second base. He'll throw out Tino Martinez for the first out in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, what happens when local comedians join forces with former athletes on an overnight New England camping trip? Find out in November when Subaru of New England's Roughing It premieres on NESN. Hosted by Matt Bishop and Charlie Moore, this adventure reality series features whitewater rafting, hand gliding, dog sledding, and campfire comedy you won't want to miss. Subaru of New England's Roughing It, premiering in November on NESN.
He did mention the dog sledding when he was on this the other night. That's new, huh?
Yeah, hand gliding, whitewater rafting, and dog sledding. That's something I might want to try.
Midre Cummings. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Jerry Davis. The Tampa Bay designated hitter, and we saw kind of in a pinch hitting role against the Red Sox last time the Red Sox faced Tampa Bay. Well, remember the Red Sox, Midre Cummings. Hitting at .294 for Tampa Bay with a home run. 5 runs batted in. A little check swing dribbler. Gonna be tough for Youkilis, and no chance. They just hold on to the baseball. Midre Cummings with good speed still down the line at first.
Well, Midre Cummings could not have rolled that ball out better there. I mean, that was almost like a perfect bunt down the third base line. Little check swing from Cummings, and it just couldn't have been better for him as he rolls it down the third base line. And the wise thing for Youkilis to do is to do just what he did. Don't throw the ball at all. He had no chance to get him.
So the first hit of the night for Tampa Bay. Cummings at first, one down. Here's Julio Lugo. Julio Lugo has hit safely in 13 of the last 15 games. Toting a .276 batting average, 7 homers and 73 runs batted in. Lugo taking a first pitch strike. He got his 39th double of the year on Saturday. Defensive lately, he's been having a tough time. He's had 7 errors in his last 10 games in the field. He's made 26 errors on the season between shortstop and second base for Tampa Bay. Down the third base line, a fair ball. That'll head towards the corner. Midre Cummings is headed for third base and maybe beyond. They're going to send him. Cabrera's throw to the plate will be not in time. And up to third base goes Lugo. Tampa Bay jumps on top 1-0.
Total of runs batted in for Lugo, the shortstop. That's 74 now on the season as this ground ball goes right down the third base line. Here comes the relay for Cabrera, and Midre Cummings will come crashing into Veritek, who is trying to block home plate, gets the plate, and then knocks Jason over. So Midre Cummings scoring all the way from first base on that ball down the left field line.
Lugo taking third on the throw to the plate, so a double and an RBI for Julio Lugo. And 74 RBIs, as you mentioned. This one popped up foul. Backing out of play. Jeff Blum, the hitter, he's the second baseman. Hits at .216, 8 homers, and 33 runs batted in. Tampa Bay with a walk-off win over the weekend. Jeff Blum with a sacrifice fly, scoring Midre Cummings in the 9th inning of a 6-5 walk-off victory for Tampa Bay. Been struggling lately. He's heading into Sunday's game. 4 for 40. It was 1 for 3 on Sunday. Popped up left side. Youkilis ducking back. And in fair ground, he'll make the catch for the inning's second out.
Well, Lou Piniella said they would not finish last this year in the division. Tampa Bay right now has a 3-game lead over Toronto for that 4th spot in the American League. They're not going to finish ahead of Baltimore. They're 5 behind Baltimore right now, but they do have a 3-game lead over Toronto.
And of course, the Red Sox still with a shot here to catch the Yankees. The Red Sox having the 3 games against Tampa Bay, then the 4 games over the weekend against Baltimore. Well, the Yankees play the Twins, and then they head to Toronto to play the Blue Jays over the weekend.
I thought the Yankees were playing tonight, but I guess they're off tonight. That must be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series.
This is fouled off to the right, backing out of play. Yeah, you're right. I thought they were playing tonight, too. They're not.
So they got 3 in New York against Minnesota. Then they finish up in Toronto with the 3, right?
Correct. The Red Sox with an off day on this road trip. Thursday will be an off day in Baltimore. The 0-2 to Toby Hall is up and away, and it's 1-2. Toby Hall has seen his batting average drop from .293 to .218 beginning July 29th as he pops this up. Veritek racing into foul ground over by the Red Sox dugout, there to make the catch to end the inning. But Tampa Bay comes up with a run in the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Devil Rays.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extra Mart has all your bases covered. Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extra Mart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
Come into Extra Mart for a wide selection of trading cards from Upper Deck, Topps, Fleer, and Donruss. And while you're here, enter to win a trip for two to the 2004 World Series.
Extra Mart is always a home run.
Hi, I'm Julie from the Car Store. Presenting Team Car Store. Out to beat the competition.
With a great lineup of high-quality, low-mileage, late-model vehicles.
Fantastic financing options.
Plus sensational service and reconditioning departments.
Making the Car Store the highest volume pre-owned dealer in Rhode Island.
Car Store! Car Store! Go Car Store!
Team up with the Car Store. Exit 25 off 95 on Smithfield Avenue in Pawtucket.
You think of how accidents occur, how everything happens so fast. Then you think about how you can create anti-roll technology that reacts even faster. You think about that, then you build.
The Volvo XC90, the only SUV equipped with a roll stability control system to help prevent rollover and guided by conscience.
Back at Tampa Bay.
Where are you, Jerry? Where are you, Jerry?
You know, I keep wanting to say we're in St. Pete, actually, but we're playing the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And I'll tell you what, Scott Kazmir has started this game off like he pitched the last one against the Red Sox. 4 straight strikeouts, starting with Bellhorn on a fastball. Then he got Manny on a changeup. A high fastball to Kevin Millar that's out of the zone, and another fastball to Jason Varitek. And all of these fastballs have been ranging from 94 to 96 miles an hour.
David McCarty to lead it off for the Red Sox here in the top half of the 3rd inning. The Red Sox now dealing with a 1-run deficit. McCarty at .252, 3 homers and 16 runs batted in. Well, as we look towards the playoffs, which if the Red Sox can win tonight, we can really start looking towards the playoffs. But you'd have to think that Dave McCarty would be one of the guys that I would think would probably be on the bubble for the postseason roster.
I'd have to agree with you, Don. You know, you have obviously Kevin Millar, who's going to be playing over there. You've got Minkiewicz, who's going to be playing over there. So I would have to say you're probably correct that it might be tough to find a spot for David McCarty on the roster. And I think he knows it. I think some of the surprises may come in the pitching department. Francona said today that he'll probably carry 10 pitches. So you count your 5 starters. I'm sure all 5 of those are going.
Whether they're in the bullpen or not is another thing altogether.
One of them will. And then you have Myers, Embry, Timlin, and Folk for sure.
McCarty strikes out, 5 strikeouts for Scott Kazmir. He's retired the first 7 Red Sox.
So you have a number of people who are probably shooting for 1 spot in the bullpen. And that would be guys like Luskanek, Adams, Mendoza, Williamson, although I'm starting to think that the Williamson thing is not going to happen. He had an extended meeting with Dave Wallace today and Terry Francona. And kind of had the sense that they have not quite seen enough from him yet. You know, unless things change drastically this week where they would find a spot for him in that first round.
And really in some spots that we're used to seeing Scott Williamson, he's not been used lately as they are trying to get him back-to-back appearances, and that's not happened. Just hasn't really had a chance to do that. I mean, you really don't want to risk it at this time, certainly not against the Yankees over the weekend.
No, and he knows himself. I mean, that, you know, he's not throwing the way that he's capable of throwing velocity-wise, the snap on the breaking ball. I mean, you know, the guy knows himself, and he knows he's still being bothered a little bit. He'd love to be able to contribute. And, you know, if this guy was 100% healthy, what a major force that would be in postseason to have him in the bullpen. A lot of decisions are going to have to be made before next Tuesday, I guess, is when they would open up, right?
Yes. Well, the question is, should the Red Sox end up clinching tonight a playoff spot, and with a win they do that, their 94th victory, you then set up the pitching in the way you want to set it up at that point immediately.
I think that's going to happen very soon.
The 3-0 to Youkilis, ball 4, and the first member of the Red Sox to reach tonight against Scott Kazmir. He retired the first 7, 5 by way of the K, but Youkilis earning the walk with 1 down in the inning.
Checking Kazmir's start so far this year, that he had 1 game where he walked 6 guys. and that was against the Detroit Tigers. That game against the Red Sox, he walked 3 to go along with the 9 strikeouts.
There's Gabe Kapler getting the start in right field. Really for 2 reasons. Terry Francona saying before the game that he wanted to give Trot Nixon a day off, but also because of the lefty going tonight and Scott Kazmir. Likely that Nixon will be back in there tomorrow. Although Tampa Bay will go with a lefty in game 2 of the series. John Halama scheduled to go. It's certainly not the overpowering stuff that Scott Kazmir has from the left side.
No, you'll see a totally different style tomorrow night from John Halama.
Ball and a strike to Gabe Kapler with Youkilis at first, held on by Tino Martinez. Slash foul off to the right, backing out of play.
You know, you really have to feel for these people down here in Florida. It has been awful, the weather they've had to endure this over the last, month and a half.
One after the other coming through. Down and in, and it's 2-2. You saying the eye of the storm has hit the same spot twice?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This last one that just blew through the other day, and one previous to that, the exact same spot is where the eye of the hurricane hit.
Climb the ladder on Kapler, and Kazmir strikes him out. 6 strikeouts for Scott Kazmir, 2 down.
Well, again, it's the fastball from Kazmir, and both strikeouts in this inning on the fastball. I'll tell you what, the Devil Rays have got themselves something here. If this kid stays healthy at 20 years old with the type of arm he's got, they got something special.
6 of them already tonight. His first time through the Red Sox order. Here we go through again, and Johnny Damon, who grounded out to third base his first time up. Close with a short lead at first base. Damon takes the high strike, and it's 1-1. The Damon disciples on hand here tonight at Tropicana Field. Broken bat pop up to third. Aubrey Huff snares it, and the Red Sox are gone in the 3rd inning. 2.5 done. Tampa Bay on top 1-0.
Introducing the Nissan Quest, a revolutionary minivan featuring 5 Skyview windows, an innovative center console, automated side and rear lift doors, and fold-away 2nd and 3rd row seats. Moms have changed. Shouldn't the minivan?
My husband and I have plans for a romantic dinner. Just the 2 of us. But you know what?
I'm going to get the sitter.
I think there's been a little change in plans.
Make new memories at a familiar place with Friendly's Classic Chicken Strips Basket or new Honey Barbecue Chicken Basket. Now get a Happy Ending Sundae free when you try any of our 7 featured menu items.
You and me and Friendly's.
It's tools, 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 and more tools at Quaker Lane Tool. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional contractor, you're sure to find what you're looking for at Quaker Lane Tool. Quaker Lane Tool offers the best brand names like DeWalt, Hitachi, Bosch, Panasonic, Delta, Milwaukee, Makita, and Porter Cable. Our professional service department will help you keep your tools in tip-top shape. The tools you want, the tools you need, all at the best possible prices. Tools of the Trade magazine named Quaker Lane Tool one of the world's best tool stores. Quaker Lane Tool, Quaker Lane, North Kingstown, and Spoochie Drive, Westerly.
The CFL hits New England over and over again. it's Saskatchewan versus Ottawa at 7 on NESN. Celebrating 2 decades of sport. NESN, the New England Sports Network.
Some loyal Red Sox fans there here for the series against Tampa Bay.
How about that? They left the husbands home and the kids' homes. How you doing? I mean, that's devoted fans right there, driving through a hurricane to get here to watch their Red Sox.
Carl Crawford fouls it off down the left field line, backing out of play.
And they got on NESN, too.
Lined into left center field, and a base hit for Crawford. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric?
All right, Don, it's common for a pitcher to go ahead of a team, and Bronson Arroyo was unable to do that because of all the weather, of course. The Sox tried to get him down here 2 days ago, but the airport was closed, so he flew down with the team here today. Is that a concern? Not for Bronson, because he did so much traveling playing in minor league baseball that he said he was just looking forward to getting down here. Didn't matter if he was ahead of the team or if he came down the day of the game. He'd be ready to go and anxious to take the mound. This is his 3rd try to get to 10 wins, a number he's really hopeful to get to on this start and not wait for the final start of the season. Don.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. The Devil Rays got to him for a run in the 2nd. The leadoff runner is on, and this is popped up foul. Back and below us. Jose Cruz Jr. getting his 2nd look at Bronson Arroyo as Cruz walked in the 1st inning. And there were a bunch of different scenarios as to how we were going to perhaps get here. There was some thought last night that we would travel to Fort Myers, and because that airport was open, and then bus over here to Tampa Bay, which is about an hour and a half. But of course you have the Skyway Bridge, which was closed, so we were unable to do that, and that scenario kind of went by the boards.
No, I think this obviously was the best option that the Red Sox had today as far as travel goes, and quite honestly it went pretty smoothly. I wouldn't want to go over that Skyway Bridge yesterday with those winds down here the way they had them. That's, if anybody's been ever over that thing.
I don't like going over it when there's no wind whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they have these side walls on it that are not high enough for me.
No, you could easily go over.
And you know, those big rigs that go over, I just don't like that bridge.
We do it a bunch in spring training, and that is one area that we don't enjoy very much. 1-1 pitch. Missing inside, and the count is 2-1. Truck brings up a very good point. They want to know how I could see the bridge. We're traveling at 110 with you driving.
Oh, come on now. That's not fair at all. I drive with tremendous caution.
And speed.
That's not true. That is absolutely not true.
A strike over the outside corner, and it evens up now at 2-2. Jose Cruz Jr.
I guess they took a vote with the players on, you know, what they would like to do yesterday, and there was one vote to go to Las Vegas last night and then fly here today. So I guess a lot of different opinions floating around in the clubhouse yesterday.
Swing and a miss, and Bronson Arroyo has his first strikeout of the night.
Breaking ball by Bronson Arroyo to pick up that first strikeout. Of course, his high in the season is 12. He did that against the Seattle Mariners. He had 7 in his last outing against Baltimore. That just his first tonight. Of course, Tampa Bay, very tough to strike out. It's a very aggressive club, doesn't walk very much, and doesn't strike out very much.
Aubrey Huff grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Was able to take second base on a throwing error by Orlando Cabrera. But was left at second base in the first inning when Baldelli grounded out. Up with a wild swing at a ball in the dirt, and the count's 1-1.
There's a perfect example of how tough it is to get a jump on Bronson Arroyo. I mean, you got one of the best in the league at first base, Crawford with 57. And Bronson Arroyo really, with the quick slide step, gave him nothing at all to work with at first base. And even though that ball's an off-speed pitch in the dirt, Crawford just could not get a good jump over there.
The Steelers 4 for 9. The Royals not picked anybody off. But very quick to the plate as he brings a 1-1. This one slap foul. It's 1-2. Carl Crawford will become the 3rd youngest ever to win consecutive stolen base crowns. And Ricky Henderson, 1980-81, and Tim Raines, 81 and 82. The 1-2 pitch is up and away, and it's 2-2 now to Aubrey Huff. Leads the major leagues in triples. He's got 17 of them, but he's not had one since August the 1st. In fact, he had 8 triples in the month of July alone. First player to have 8 triples in a month since Rod Carew had 8 triples in June of 1977. Crawford turning the age of 23 on August the 5th. 50th pitch of the night for Bronson Arroyo. First to check on first, and Crawford back to the bag. Kind of slung it over to first base, sidearmed, and back in plenty of time is Crawford. Two to Huff. Crawford bluffs, doesn't go, and Huff gets hit on the leg. And Aubrey Huff in some pain as he tries to walk it off.
Bronson Arroyo hits his 19th guy of the season, and most of those have been on that breaking ball just like that. And this one really hurts Aubrey Huff as he's still down between home and first base, right off the left knee, it looked like. And that is very, very painful.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers, by Miller Lite, and by Volvo, the official vehicle of the Boston Red Sox. Aubrey Huff going to try and stay in the game as he heads on down to first base. And it looks like he will stay in the game.
Center fielder, number 5.
The number is 19 now. Batters that Bronson Arroyo has hit. Tim Wakefield second. And then Victor Zambrano, who led the league for a long time, was the gentleman that was traded away by Tampa Bay to the Mets for their starter tonight, Scott Kazmir.
The Red Sox as a staff have hit more batters than any other team in the American League.
Here's Rocco Baldelli with runners at first and second and 1 down in the last half of the 3rd inning. Very defensive swing and a foul ball back to the backstop.
Actually, Don, I take that back. Tampa Bay has hit more than anybody in the league. The Red Sox are right behind them. Very defensive swing there from Baldelli as that ball really ran back up and in on him.
In the dirt, this one kicks off Veritek to the backstop. Everybody's going to move up.
That's a cross up there. That was probably supposed to be a breaking ball, and Bronson Arroyo threw a fastball, and that got a piece of Veritek, and he's hurting right now as he limps out to the mound to have a conversation with Arroyo. He is expecting a breaking ball, the curveball away. Instead, he gets the fastball, and he gets nailed. Yeah, that glove's going to the right. He's expecting the breaking ball, and the thing never did break. It was the fastball from Bronson Arroyo. And looks like right now Aubrey Huff is going to come out of the game.
Jorge Cantu looks like he is coming in. Well, Aubrey Huff tried to gut it out, but on the wild pitch, trying to get to second base, he realized he was not at full capacity. That knee still bothering him, so he comes out of the game. Jorge Cantu will run for him. We'll see what Tampa Bay does defensively as a result. Baldelli fouling off another pitch, and it's 1-2.
My guess is they would move Blum to third base, I would think, and put Cantu at second, where we saw him in the series at Fenway Park.
Ball and 2 strikes to Rocco Baldelli. To center field. Damon almost in his tracks out there, makes the catch. Tagging at third base is Crawford. They have no chance to get him, and Tampa Bay leads it 2-0.
Now the cross-up really hurts because that puts 2 guys in a scoring position, and Baldelli is able to score on the sacrifice. Crawford is able to score on the sacrifice fly by Baldelli.
So 2 outs. Jorge Cantu remaining at second base, and here's Tino Martinez, who grounded out to second base his first time up. His second batter of the inning. Tino Martinez not pleased at all as he looks out at Bronson Arroyo on his way down to first. Dave Wallace out of the Red Sox dugout.
Tino Martinez, knowing first base is open, and he gets plucked again on the backside, this time with a fastball. And Tino not real happy about it, but Veritek walking him down the line said, no, we're not trying to hit you there.
The conversation is Jerry Davis has called the home plate umpire over. All the umpires are going to get together now.
See, that's what happens when you have a reputation and you have a high total of hit batters like Bronson Arroyo has. Every time he hits somebody, it's reason for concern whether it be intentional or not.
You brought up a good point, and then most of them have been on breaking balls.
You know, I can't remember one this season. I really can't. And this one's questionable because first base is open, but you do have a lefty coming up and coming. I can't honestly remember one that I thought was intentional. Now, what is this meeting about?
I think they would issue a warning here. Is that what
they need
discussing?
4 guys to figure this out. I mean, there has been nothing happened on the other side yet. But I think they want to get quick a hold of this in case something does develop.
And the warning issued there as runners now at first and second for Tampa Bay, a run in. And 2 outs here in the last half of the 3rd inning. Udre Cummings reached on an infield hit and scored his first time up.
You know, the Red Sox also coming off that stuff at the end of the game yesterday. Anastasio Martinez threw behind, and then they came back and threw under the chin of Roberts. So, you know, umpires read papers too. They know what's going on with teams, and they see a couple of hit batters here in this inning, and they have a conference.
Swing and a miss, and the count 2-1. Bronson Arroyo recorded his first strikeout of his outing in this inning as he struck out Jose Cruz Jr. for the first out of the inning. 2-1. Flashed foul down the right field line, back in out of play. Andre Cummings, 32 years of age, joining the Devil Rays on September 8th. After spending the bulk of the season at AAA Durham, this is his second tour with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. To right field, Kepler moving in, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Run for Tampa Bay at the end of 3. Devil Rays on top 2-0.
This fall, Nesson's got
Subway is a part of America no matter where you go. Introducing the Subway Great Taste of America. 4 great new sandwiches celebrating flavors from coast to coast, like the Eastern Steak and Cheese or the Southern Spicy Chicken. Try the great tastes of America at Subway, because chances are there's one near you.
Whether you're a striker, sweeper, a weekend warrior, or a rising star, the right equipment lets you focus on the flow of the game. Veteran soccer player Mark Hundhammer at Cadillac Mountain Sports helps you select for quality and fit for gear that lets you play your best when you step on the field. Mark and Cadillac's experienced staff work with their customers to find the equipment that keeps them on top of their game. Come on into where the experts are. Cadillac Mountain Sports, Maine's performance outfitter in Bar Harbor and Ellsworth.
Subway is a part of America no matter where you go. Introducing the Subway Great Taste of America. 4 great new sandwiches celebrating flavors from coast to coast, like the Eastern Steak and Cheese or the Southern Spicy Chicken. Try the great tastes of America at Subway, because chances are there's one near you.
Back in Tampa Bay, it's time now for the Aflac Trivia question. Our question is, what 4 teams were still in contention the last week of the 1967 American League pennant? And the answer for you in the next half inning. Jeff Blum does indeed take over at third base after Aubrey Huff had to come out of the game after being hit by a pitch. Jorge Cantu will stay in at second base after he ran for Aubrey Huff. Here's Mark Bellhorn to begin the inning. Scott Kazmir has not given up a hit through the first 3 innings, and he has struck out 6 Red Sox. The only member of the Red Sox to reach was Kevin Youkilis last inning on a base on balls. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. 94 miles per hour for Kazmir. Strike. Bellhorn down 1-2. Kazmir in his first appearance against the Red Sox struck out 9 Red Sox in the 5-2 win over Boston. His best outing in the major leagues, but he then went on to have his worst outing in the major leagues, just going 2 innings and giving up 6 hits and 7 runs to the Blue Jays. Bellhorn skies this left side. Julio Lugo waiting for it to come on down. Finally does for out number 1.
Well, your favorite young Red Sox fans will love Fenway 123, the Red Sox wives' new children's book. The full-color hardcover book features original artwork by the Red Sox wives celebrating the highlights of a day at Fenway Park. Proceeds benefit the Jimmy Fund Children's Hospital and the Children's AIDS Program at Boston Medical Center. You can purchase your copy beginning October 1st at all Boston area Barnes & Noble locations or at www.bn.com.
1 down for Manny Ramirez, who struck out swinging in the first inning. And Manny gets hit. Kazmir hits him. Retaliation for Tino Martinez being hit. And And Manny makes his way down to first base. I imagine this will bring some warnings now.
I think so, yeah. I don't think there's any question about that.
And there they are. Bruce Treckman. But that is the end as Manny struck by that pitch. Warnings have been assessed with 1 out here in the top half of the 4th inning. Here comes Kevin Millar, who struck out swinging his first time up. Fouled off to the right.
In the top of this inning, Bronson Arroyo hitting 2 guys. That's the breaking ball there to Aubrey Huff. And then the fastball, that's the one I think that the Devil Rays felt was intentional with first base open and Tino Martinez. And then Kazmir coming in and getting Manny Ramirez. Both benches warned. So the next time an umpire thinks that a pitcher is throwing at a hitter, they're ejected, and so is the manager.
1 out Ramirez at first. The Red Sox trailing 2-0 as they bat here in the visiting half of the 4th inning. Millar gets hit. Back-to-back hit batters after the warning was assessed here, and the benches will empty. Seems like something happens at Tropicana Field when the Red Sox and the Devil Rays get together.
Well, to think that was intentional would be foolish, because that's an immediate ejection out of the ball game for Kazmir.
You know, it always seems when a pitcher knows he's going to throw at a guy, then does. There's a great deal of adrenaline involved.
Well, you know, here's a 20-year-old kid that just retaliates for his team.
Right.
Now, he hits Manny Ramirez. They give warnings. Now, he knows, obviously, if he throws at somebody again, he's out of the game. That's Manny first getting hit. Now the warnings are given. Now here it is to Millar. There's no way that he's doing that intentionally, because he knows he'd be out of the ball game.
Let's see what the umpires do, whether they realize that.
I would be surprised if they throw him out. I mean, I just don't think that would be right, because I don't think it was intentional.
The 4 umpires are meeting again.
I think he's rattled is what he is.
Yeah. So for the second time in 2 days, the Red Sox have come out onto the field. First against the Yankees yesterday, and here tonight against Tampa Bay. And Bruce Treckman's making his way over to talk now to Lou Piniella.
I mean, to think, you know, I know you've won both teams, but you've also got, it's got to be intentional. And to me, there's no way in the world that that was intentionally hitting Kevin Millar. They had just been warned. He's not going to foolishly throw at Kevin Millar and get thrown out of the ball game the way he's pitching.
You look at Kazmir's reaction. He was very upset that he did it.
Of course he did.
And certainly rattled as they continue to talk to Lou, almost like they've decided that perhaps they will eject him. We've said it many times before. You have to have a feel for this too.
You have to use judgment. You know, I mean, you have to have a feel for the game and use good judgment. And I think you're right, Don. I think they're going to run him, because why would they be talking to Lou for this long? Lou can't believe it. It's 2-0. He's pitching like crazy. You just warned him. Why would you throw him out after he hits another guy?
Well, they are going to eject him. Here he comes. He's going to leave with a no-hitter, Jerry.
That's
3 1/3 innings.
I can say as a Red Sox person, I'm glad to see him go, but I think that's foolish.
So the end of the night for Scott Kazmir will be ejected. That also means that Lou Piniella's got to go, too, after the warnings were assessed. So Kazmir will be gone. Piniella will be gone. And Tampa Bay will have to come up with another pitcher, which is certainly the last thing they want to do right now, as their starter tonight was dealing. He hits Manny Ramirez. He hits Kevin Millar with 1 out here in the 4th inning. And Lou still talking it over here now with all 4 umpires. Kazmir is gone. 6 strikeouts over 3 1/3 innings. He walked 1 and hit both batters, which leads to his removal from this game.
Good job, Kaz.
And this is what really precipitated it all tonight.
Well, the first one was a breaking ball from Bronson Arroyo, which in my opinion was not intentional. It hits Puff right off the knee, which is very, very painful, obviously, and he eventually has to come out of the game. Now, this one you're not too sure about. First base is open, and he plucks Tino Martinez on the back, and then he had a left-hander after that, Midre Cummings. Now, here's the retaliation to Manny Ramirez. Manny just walks down the first base. The umpires have the meeting. They warn each club, and then he hits Kevin Millar, and for that, he gets thrown out of the game.
Jorge Sosa has come from the bullpen, and Lou's back out there again. He had walked away, but he's back out talking some more now to the 4 umpires as a group. Jorge Sosa coming into the game now for Tampa Bay. Will be given as long as he needs to warm up. Lou has really never lost his cool in all this. He has stayed relatively calm in getting his message across. We will step aside as Tampa Bay will switch pitchers. Jorge Sosa coming in. We'll tell you about him. We come back. 2-0 Tampa Bay.
City Electric. We do it right for the Red Sox.
7,000 pounds of defense, 6,000 pounds of offense. The Pats are back.
And on October 10th, the Boston Globe and the Worcester Telegram celebrate the season with a fully licensed New England Patriots 2004 Pin Collector's Album. Inside every paper on October 10th, you get a free New England Patriots album packed with photos, profiles, and stats on 25 players and a special place for 26 collector pins. Don't miss out. Get your Globe or Worcester Telegram on Sunday, October 10th for your free collector's album. And keep watching every day for details on how to collect your player pins.
Back in St. Petersburg with Tampa Bay on top 2-0. We're in the midst of the top half of the 4th inning with 1 out and 2 on now. And a new pitcher on for Tampa Bay, Jorge Sosa.
Sosa making his 43rd appearance. He has made 8 starts on the season for the Devil Rays. A record of 4-6 on the year. And you see the rest of the numbers. He'll be facing Jason Varitek. And Varitek 4 for 8 against Sosa. Set sail for an unforgettable week with Bronson Arroyo, Brad Mills, and Don Orsillo. It's the Red Sox cruise January 22nd through 29, 2005 aboard Royal Caribbean's Splendor of the Seas. It's a baseball and vacation experience unlike any other. Departing from Tampa with stops in the Cayman Islands, Costa Maya, Belize, and Cozumel. For more information or to reserve your spot, call 800-336-2267.
Jorge Sosa has been placed back in the bullpen for Tampa Bay. He's 26 years of age, a converted outfielder. And he goes back to the bullpen with a recent injury to Jesus Colome, who we've seen plenty of. And Sosa be given as long as he needs to warm up here. He was acquired by Tampa Bay, claimed off waivers from the Milwaukee Brewers on March 18th of 2002. So when we get settled here, the Red Sox will have runners at first and second with one down. Manny Ramirez at second base. Kevin Millar at first with one out. Mark Bellhorn popped out to begin the inning. And now the base runners will take their bases. Sosa says he's ready. And Jason Varitek will be next. Not everybody get out of the dugout cleanly as Tim Wakefield wanted to get out there, has trouble with the railing, but he's able to maneuver.
Well, the Red Sox have had a lot of practice running on the field the last couple of days.
Some better at it than others. So runners at first and second with one away. Jason Varitek struck out swinging his first time up. Tampa Bay going from a lefty to a right-hander, and Varitek turning around now to bat from the other side. Ramirez at second, Millar at first. The 0-1 pitch to Varitek. Inside, even the count at 1-1. Kazmir responsible for the two runners on, but he left after 3 1/3 innings, ejected, allowing no hits. He walked one and struck out 6 batters through 3 1/3 innings. Tardy swing by Varitek, and he's down 1-2.
Now Red Sox will see another hard thrower here in Sosa. He's 94-95 with his fastball from the right side of the plate.
Sosa's 1-2. Is up. Varitek doesn't chase, and the count evens at 2-2. The Devil Rays bullpen, the American League's third best earned run average, behind Texas and Anaheim, and just ahead of the Red Sox. A 3.78 ERA for the Tampa Bay bullpen. That has been very good. And of course you have Danny Baez at the end of the game, their closer. But Texas first, 3.52 Anaheim at 3.56, and then Tampa Bay. Beck Baez just had a stretch of 18 consecutive game saves snapped on Saturday. The 2-2 to Varitek. Swing and a miss. Varitek striking out for the second time tonight. So Sosa picked up where Kazmir left off in terms of strikeouts. And there's 2 down.
And a challenging fastball from Sosa at 95 miles an hour to pick up the strikeout. So Varitek hitting right-handed against Kazmir. Strikes out in a fastball. Now he switches around to the other side, and about the same velocity gets him.
So 2 down, and here's Orlando Cabrera. He fouled out to the catcher Toby Hall his first time up. Popped up right side. Jorge Cantu drifting back into short right. He'll make the catch, and the Red Sox will strand 2. With 3.5, it's 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Who do you call when you need a car? 508-880-0000. Lincoln Mercury of Raynham.
From Geo Metros to Mercedes ML Sport Utilities and everything in between, Lincoln Mercury of Raynham has the largest and widest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southern New England. Call us today.
Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. 508-880-0000.
Applebee's new car side to go is here.
Well, Well, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, little darling.
With Carside to Go, you can make dinner just by making a call.
Let's go again once more.
Plus, we'll deliver the food straight from our kitchen to your car.
Oh, pretty baby, I love you so.
So try Applebee's new Carside to Go. It's not fast food, it's Applebee's food fast.
Eating good in the neighborhood. Let's go.
Think you can buy this 5-piece bedroom for $7.99 from my competitors?
Forget about it.
Or this bedroom for only $7.99 from them?
Forget about it.
They offer you so-called free interest and free delivery.
Forget about it. Nothing's free. It's built into their price.
Want double talk? Go to them.
Want straight talk and pure value?
Gimmicks are gone forever. Come on down to my Bob's. It's a whole new day.
Back at Tropicana Field as we head to the last half of the 4th inning. The Red Sox trailing 2-0 to Tampa Bay. Red Sox do not have a hit for the first 4 innings tonight. Bronson Arroyo has surrendered so far 3 hits to Tampa Bay and 2 runs. Devil Rays getting a single run in the 2nd and a single run in the 3rd inning. The bottom 3rd of the Devil Rays order expected here in the bottom of the 4th. Julio Lugo, Jeff Blum, and Toby Hall. Lugo hit a double to drive in a run his last time up.
Well, after what happened last half inning, if Bronson Arroyo hits anybody, he's got to go too. And if you're going to throw Kazmir out for that, you've got to throw Arroyo out if he hits somebody.
To right field and in for a hit. Julio Lugo is 2 for 2.
And the reason I say that, Don, is it might change his approach a little bit. He may be more reluctant to run that fastball inside against some of those right and left-handers. If you're a hitter now, you're in pretty good shape. You just you kind of hang out over the plate.
You can relax.
Yep.
And for Arroyo, that's the last thing he wants the hitter to do, is to feel comfortable in there. As Jeff Blum stands in, he popped out to third base his first time up. Popped up, back is second and into short center. Cabrera darting out there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. It's time now for the answer to our Aflac trivia question. The question was, what 4 teams were still in contention in the last week for the 1967 AL pennant? Boston, Minnesota, Detroit, and Chicago. It's called the Great Race. As with 4 games left in the regular season, Boston was tied with Minnesota for first place. Chicago trailed by half a game, and the Tigers were a game and a half behind.
Now, the Red Sox that year won their game against Minnesota and had to sit around and listen to the Angels beat Detroit. And then they were the champions in the American League.
The Red Sox had won their first pennant since 1946. And of course, the Great Race then became the Impossible Dream. And I think that was really the first year you were going to games.
I remember quite a bit about that season. Joe Foy, Rico Petrocelli, Mike Andrews, George Scott, Yastrzemski, Reggie Smith, Tony C. Brett Gibson behind the plate at times. Elston Howard, Jose Tartabull. The Impossible Dream Team.
Grounded right side towards Bellhorn to second. On to first. The Red Sox able to turn. It was kind of slow in developing, but they're able to get the job done to end the inning. We played 4. Tampa Bay on top 2-0.
For the largest selection of gas and diesel motorhomes in New England, it's USRV. From Airstream, American Eagle, and Travel Supreme, it's USRV. From Monaco, Pace Arrow and Bounder, it's a Fleetwood product, and it's available at USRV. The largest selection of pre-owned motorhomes, it's at USRV. Quantity, quality, and price, it's USRV. My name is Marty, and we make better deals.
The typical home has a TV in the living room, in a bedroom or 2, maybe in an office, and a basement. With a Dish, you'll need to pay up front for equipment, pay for customer service, and local channels in the living room, the bedrooms, the office, the basement. At Adelphia, we don't charge you more for local channels or for classic cable on additional TVs or for in-home customer service.
Get more channels, more control, and more value. Call Adelphia today.
The bedrooms, the office.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
Red Sox turn over a double play to get out of the fourth inning, and it's Cabrera with some quick moves around second base. The runner is going to be right on top of him, Lugo, but Toby Hall, who's going down the first baseline, is very slow. So once Cabrera is able to clear Lugo, he has an easy time turning over that double play.
Essex Island and Essex, Connecticut represented here tonight.
Where is that, Don? Do you know?
I don't know.
Essex Island.
It's just outside of Old Saybrook, the Connecticut shoreline.
So that's not Yankee country, I guess.
No,
huh?
I guess not. David McCarty leading it off for the Red Sox here in the top of the fifth. He struck out swinging his first time up. It'll be McCarty, Youkilis, and Kapler anticipated here in the fifth inning, facing Jorge Sosa. Who took over last inning with Scott Kazmir was ejected. One and two now to McCarty. Jorge Sosa from Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. Now in his third major league season. Just missing. Did he go? No, says Greg Gibson.
Thought this had a chance maybe to be called a strike. Clearly no swing by David McCarty.
This one gets away from Toby Hall, and it's a full count now to McCarty. David had been down 0-2, but a full count now. Into left center field, a base hit from McCarty. Crawford moving over to cut it off, and McCarty be held to a single. Let's be the outfield for Tampa Bay. Wherever you hit it, they can go get it. And Crawford runs it down quickly to hold McCarty to a single.
Yeah, you're right. They do have great speed in the outfield with Crawford, Baldelli, and Cruz. And this 3-2 breaking ball hit very hard by David McCarty. Looked like it was going to find the gap, but of course Crawford with his speed gets over there, backhands it, and quickly gets it back in, holding McCarty to the single.
Well, the first hit of the night for the Red Sox, and David McCarty leads off the fifth with that hit. As Kazmir in his 3 1/3 had not given up a hit, and then Sosa taking over, getting the final 2 outs of the fourth, and Tampa Bay had not surrendered a hit through the first 4, but McCarty with a single. Missing to Youkilis, and it's now 2-0. Only one walk for Tampa Bay pitching tonight, and Youkilis received it on 4 pitches in the third inning. In there for a strike, and the count 2-1. Texas and Anaheim are tied 1-1 in the last half of the second inning in Texas. And the pitch, a strike, and the count 2-2. How about Anaheim? They lose Adam Kennedy as well for the year, and now suspended for the rest of the year is Jose Guillen in a strange set of circumstances.
Yeah, what a story that is. Here's a guy that's driven in over 100 runs for the Angels in the last week of the season and suspended without pay.
2-2, fouled off the right side.
There was an incident on Saturday night where he was pinch run for, and he didn't like that. He, got upset about being pinch run for, but it's much more than that. There had to be other things that were going on with him, or that happened after that in the clubhouse, or maybe even prior to the game on Sunday. But just before, about 70 minutes before the game is when they suspended him.
Well, you got to look at it too. I mean, here's a guy who's a very good player who's now been with 4 organizations in the last 5 years. I mean, you got to wonder about that too.
Yeah. It had to be something serious. I mean, because that's a serious move that the Angels made. And it's not just for not being happy about being taken out for a pinch runner in a game.
I guess when he was taken out, he kind of threw his helmet down towards Mike Scioscia. That's still not enough.
No, and that stuff happens all the time, and that's not going to cause a team to suspend you without pay for the rest of the season when you're in the middle of a pennant race.
You have to think something happened in the clubhouse after.
Yeah, there's much deeper than just that.
3-2 to Youkilis. There goes McCarty. Youkilis takes ball 4, and he's walked for the second time tonight. The first 2 for the Red Sox have reached here in the 5th inning.
Well, each time the Red Sox win at Fenway Park, Hood donates $1,500 to children's hospitals throughout New England through the Hood Home Team Advantage charity. Nearly $75,000 has been donated already this season. And of course, there's no more regular season games at Fenway, but there certainly will be some postseason games at Fenway.
2 on, nobody out. Gabe Kapler, a strikeout victim his first time. He struck out. It's Kazmir's 6th K. Bunting it foul. Red Sox have not had a base runner reach third base yet in the ball game. McCarty's at second, Youkilis at first with nobody out here in the 5th. Kapler showing bunt again and does not go after it. It misses for a ball, and the count 1-1 to Kapler.
Kapler with 1 sacrifice on the season for the Red Sox.
Kapler not showing bunt, swinging away and hitting it high in the air and deep. A foul down the left field line, back and out of play. Goes up over a catwalk or two, making its way foul. .340 since June 13th for Kapler with runners in scoring position. McCarty at second base, Youkilis at first, nobody out in the Boston half of the 5th inning. Away to even the count at 2-2 to Kapler. Sosa got the final 2 outs of last inning. He's yet to record an out this inning. Down the right field line this time, back and out of play. And it hangs at 2-2 to Kapler. Johnny Damon waits on deck in behind him.
Now, we don't know how this one's going to play out, but having that young left-hander be thrown out of the game, I think is huge, because he had great stuff. He was piling up strikeouts early. Had not given up a hit to the Red Sox.
Kapler lifts it in the air to center field. Baldelli there in his tracks to make the catch for the first out of the inning. He's unable to advance the base runners, and there's one away. Chad Godin up in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Sosa's thrown 19 pitches already here in the top half of the 5th inning. He's got to deal with the top of the Red Sox order and Johnny Damon, who's grounded out to third base and popped out to third base. The first pitch strike to Damon. Wait for Damon to go the other way as they move Baldelli, the center fielder, a step or two towards left center. This is popped up foul back and off to the left. Big gap out there in right center field for Johnny Damon.
Yeah, I think they figure, especially as hot as Sosa is throwing, that Damon would have a hard time pulling that fastball. If he gets something off speed, though, he can certainly hit that gap.
Just missing. Framed by Toby Hall. An extra second for Bruce Treckman to take a look at it. The 1-2 to Damon. Chopped on the ground, a foul ball outside of first. And the base runners will have to return. David McCarty to second, Kevin Youkilis to first. .340 with runners in scoring position for Johnny Damon.
And that is 4th best in the American League.
See what he can do with the 1-2 pitch from Sosa. High, 2-2 now to Damon.
Above Damon with runners in scoring position, Ichiro 373, Pudge Rodriguez 359, Blaylock 345, then Damon and Ramirez tied at 340.
Three, and a full count now to Johnny Damon. Mark Bellhorn waiting on deck. The Red Sox have just one hit through 4 1/3 innings tonight. It was David McCarty's single to begin the inning. Youkilis walked Kapler. Fly to center field, so one away. Runners at first and second. And the 3-2 to Johnny Damon. Fouled up above us and into the top deck here at Tropicana Field. Much harder inning this inning for Sosa than last inning when he came into the game. He faced just 2 hitters, retired them both. Again, the payoff pitch to Damon. To right field, hit well. Jose Cruz Jr. is back, and the Red Sox have the lead. 3-run home run for Johnny Damon with one swing of the bat. The Red Sox lead it 3-2.
Johnny Damon does get the fastball, and he does not go to the opposite field. That ball down and in, and Damon pulls it for the line drive home run. Number 19 on the season, his 85th run batted in.
Well, Mark Bellhorn is 0 for 2. So on a night when the Red Sox, if they're able to grab a victory, will assure their spot in the postseason. The Red Sox were dealing with a 2-run deficit. Now they have a lead for the first time tonight. Bellhorn grounds a fair ball down the line in right. Headed for the corner. Bellhorn's headed for 2. As Cruz Jr. guns it back in, but Bellhorn stands at second base with a double.
Bellhorn gets out in front of the fastball from Sosa and pulls it right down that first base line. That ball out over the plate. Bellhorn hooking it right over the bag and down into the corner for the double. Gibson, the first base umpire, had to jump out of the way not to get hit.
Chuck Hernandez, the pitching coach for Tampa Bay, out there to talk to Sosa. They do have Chad Godin up in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Sosa's had to throw 29 pitches already in the inning. And there's still just 1 out. Johnny Damon with a home run here to put the Red Sox on top 3-2. A new career high in home runs for Johnny Damon. He now has 19 on the season. The previous high 18 back in 1998 with Kansas City. But he's hit his 19th of the season to give the Red Sox a 3-2 lead. Now they're looking for more with Bellhorn at second, and here's Manny Ramirez. Treating in from second was Cantu. And Sosa backed off. Manny has struck out and been hit by a pitch. Only 3 for 8. Just short time against Sosa. He has struck out 3 times. To the backstop, 1-1. McCarty singled to begin the inning. Youkilis walked. Kapler flied to center. And the 3-run home run for Johnny Damon on a 3-2 pitch. Then the double down the line at first for Mark Bellhorn. Bellhorn at second base, 3 runs in, 1 down in the inning. And Ramirez waiting on the 1-1 pitch. To center field. Deep and far. Baldelli back at the track at the wall. It's gone. A mammoth home run to straightaway center field for Manny Ramirez. The 2-run shot as the Red Sox on top 5-2. Crushed by Ramirez. 404 here to straightaway center field, and this is going to land on top of the roof of that restaurant they have out there in straightaway center field. Fastball again, and straightaway for Manny Ramirez, way back. So 2 home runs in the inning for the Red Sox, and it spells the end for Jorge Sosa, who leaves the game. Ramirez hits his league-leading 43rd home run of the season, and Sosa headed to the showers as Tampa Bay will make another pitching change. We'll step aside. We're in the top of the 5th. New ball game now. Red Sox on top 5-2. Bellhorn wraps it towards the gap in right center field. It'll get down, and the Red Sox will win. 3-2. Boston comes from behind. Cabrera hits it deep in front of left. Tonight's Red Sox hero. Walk-off home run. Red Sox win it in the 12th. 7-6.
Our fans are one of a kind. Passionate.
Simply great. Awesome. 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 Wicked awesome.
Well, on home runs by Johnny Damon and Manny Ramirez, the Red Sox take the 5-2 lead here in the 5th inning. Wade Boggs, Dennis Eckersley, and Bruce Hirsch highlight the Red Sox Hall of Fame class of 2004, which will be honored at the Red Sox Hall of Fame dinner Wednesday night, November 10th. The gala event will be held at the New Boston Convention and Exhibition Center, with proceeds benefiting the YMCA of Greater Boston and the Red Sox Foundation. Tables are now available for purchase. For more information, log on to RedSoxFoundation.org.
Chad Godin is the new pitcher.
Third time he's been up to the big league team this season. Recalled again back on September 1st. 24 appearances. He has made 4 starts on the year and a 1-2 record.
Down to third, Jeff Blum with a throw that's there and plenty of time to retire Millar. And there's 2 down in the inning. Sosa leaves after going an inning, giving up 4 hits and 5 runs, including 2 home runs in the inning for the Red Sox. Johnny Damon's 3-run shot, Manny Ramirez's 2-run home run. Sosa walked 1, struck out 1. Jason Varitek has struck out twice tonight, both times swinging. Once as a right-handed batter, once as a left-handed batter. To left field, Carl Crawford drifting back to the warning track at the wall. He leaps. Has it go off the glove and the wall, and Varitek will go into second base with a double. Timed his leap and almost caught it. But Varitek stands at second base.
It did look like he had it lined up as he got back to that left field wall, and Crawford with great ability will leap. Looks like he gets the glove on it, then it pops out. Yes, he had it in the glove and then pops up and hits the wall. Of course, then it can't be a catch after that. But it was in the glove and it just popped right out.
Here's Orlando Cabrera, the 9th member of the Red Sox to bat here in the 5th inning. Cabrera's fouled out to the catcher, popped out to second base. Grounded right side and throw into right. Varitek being stopped at third base as Cruz Jr. would have had him out by about 15 feet had he chosen to go. So runners at the corners. With 2 outs in the inning. So the Red Sox bat around here in the 5th. And David McCarty, who got it all started with a single, the first Red Sox hit of the night. He would score on the 3-run home run by Johnny Damon. The 49th time on the season the Red Sox have batted around. Inside, and the count evens up 1-1. Bronson Arroyo waiting while the Red Sox have come up with the 5 runs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Starting on the cut is McCarty, and the count now 1-2. Chad Godin, the 3rd Tampa Bay pitcher of the night. There goes Cabrera, but it's strike 3 to McCarty to end the inning. But a 5-run top of the 5th, a 3-run shot by Damon, the 2-run shot by Ramirez. It's 5-2 Boston.
This is very well crafted.
So many styles, so little time.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, are you ready?
Ah, that is good.
See, I told you.
By now, it's what you've come to expect.
Quality, comfort, and price.
That's nice.
From Bernie and Phil's Furniture.
Bernie and Phil's. How does that go?
Bernie and Phil, quality, comfort, and price.
That's nice.
Do you want me? Do you really want me? I bet you think you can't afford me. Find your own style at IMG, International Motor Group, 4657 Post Road, Warwick, Rhode Island.
Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
Well, Johnny Damon with a 3-run shot to give the Red Sox the lead. The 2-run home run by Manny Ramirez. A 3-run lead now. A 29-minute wait for Bronson Arroyo. And the first pitch he throws is lined into right field for a base hit for Carl Crawford. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game now.
Now 2 hits for Crawford in the game. Both those hits have been on the breaking ball from Arroyo. So Crawford didn't give Arroyo a chance to get loose after that long delay.
Pitching line brought to you by Nissan. Arroyo 69 pitches deep into his outing. Giving up 2 runs, a single run in the second, a single run in the third. RBIs for Rocco Baldelli and for Julio Lugo. Jose Cruz Jr. has walked and struck out tonight. He has the only Bronson Arroyo strikeout so far. And on the grass at third is Youkilis as Cruz fooled on that pitch. Grounded foul over by the Tampa Bay dugout, and the count 1-2. Jose Cruz Jr. winning his first Gold Glove last season. Had 18 outfield assists as a member of the San Francisco Giants. Strike 3 call, and the second strikeout for Arroyo. Both times it's been Jose Cruz Jr. This game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. A lot of hit batsmen. First 2 by Bronson Arroyo. Dino Martinez taking exception to it, and then Scott Kazmir answering by hitting Manny Ramirez and then Kevin Millar. After hitting Millar, he was ejected from the ball game. The Red Sox trailed 2-0. And Johnny Damon would hit a 3-run home run. Manny Ramirez following it up with a monster home run to straightaway center field. The Red Sox now lead 5-2 with 1 out. Carl Crawford at first base. And Jorge Cantu batting for the first time tonight. He pinch ran for Aubrey Huff. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning.
We saw a lot of Cantu in that series back at Fenway Park against Tampa Bay.
"22 years of age, called up by Tampa Bay on August 13th. And this is his second stint as a member of the Devil Rays this season. His 43 hits, 17 doubles for Jorge Cantu. Has now started 32 of the last 38 games. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Originally signed as a free agent at 16 years of age by the Devil Rays organization. Up into right center field as Johnny Damon and Kapler converge and escape Kapler. So 2 down in the inning. Carl Crawford back to the bag at first. His player profile is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. He wins a total of 9 over 4 major league seasons for Bronson Arroyo between Pittsburgh and Boston. They're trying to get that elusive 10th win here tonight. Has a 3-run lead to work with as he works in the bottom of the 5th, and the throw to first very close. Crawford back to the bag. Rocco Baldelli is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly, good for his 71st RBI of the year. And time called. Arroyo holding up and electing not to throw the pitch. And Rocco thanking Bruce Streckman for granting him time.
Long time in that set position, and finally Baldelli asking for time and being granted time. Sometimes it's better for a pitcher to just throw that ball to home plate.
The left field on the move is Millar. He will get there to make the running catch. Bill of the cap high. We've played 5. Boston on top 5-2.
My name is Harvey Treef. Driving to Boston is not easy. That's why people hire me. Christmas Day, thought I had indigestion, but then the room started spinning.
And I said, let's go to the emergency room.
They did a balloon angioplasty and a stent was put in.
When you need great heart care, every second counts. Nanoseconds count.
Having great heart care just 10 minutes away saved my life. There's no advantage of going to Boston unless you're going to get paid to do it.
Hey, Jerry, see you kind of eyeballing my chicken there. Ixnay on the ick and shay. All right, babe? What's that, Mikey? You want a little something, something? How about a nice 5-piece box of Don't Touch My Chicken Selects? Everybody get the memo? This right here is a Don't Take My Chicken Select zone. What are you doing? Turn around, go back. Don't touch my chicken. All right? These chicken selects are new, and they're mine. Yummy. I'm loving it. Put the chicken down and step slowly away from the deliciousness.
It's about you. It's about saving money. It's about time. It's Ford's 100 Hours sales event. You've got just 100 hours to get 0% financing for up to 6 years on every 2004 Ford car, truck, and SUV. That's just 5 days to get some of the lowest payments of the year on America's best sellers. 0% financing for up to 6 years. Ford's 100 Hours sales event. It's about time. It's about saving. It's about getting to your New England Ford dealer now.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Granite City Electric, by Dunkin' Donuts, and by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. The catwalks, the Tropicana Field so far not a factor tonight for a change. Seems like at some point during his series, the ball will hit one of those catwalks. But so far not tonight. Red Sox lead at 5-2 into the 6th inning. Kevin Youkilis leading it off. He has walked twice tonight.
Yeah, prior to the game tonight, Louis Tiant throwing out the first pitch here at the Trop. traveling down with the Red Sox today. It's a Latino night here at the ballpark, and Louis was chosen new throughout the first pitch. Got a huge ovation from the crowd here at Tropicana Field. That's some very nice dancing, too, going on down right behind home plate prior to the game. And
it was not Louis dancing, though.
No, it was not Louis dancing, no. They call that the salsa or something?
I think so, yeah. His grounded foul beyond the Red Sox dugout, and the count 2-2 to Youkilis. Chad Godin back out there again. Youkilis lifts it to left center field. Baldelli is there, and the Tampa Bay center fielder handles out number 1. So 1 down. Here's Gabe Kapler, who struck out swinging and is lined out to center field. Kazmir going 3 1/3 tonight before he was ejected, and he was dealing tonight for Tampa Bay, striking out 6 before he was ejected. And Sosa give up all 5 runs the Red Sox have.
Yeah, there's no way to predict, obviously, how Kazmir was going to go the remainder of the game, but I'll tell you what, that first part of the game was awesome, and that's a huge break for the Red Sox to have him thrown out.
4-pitch walk to Gabe Kapler with 1 down. Third walk given up tonight by Tampa Bay pitcher. Here comes Johnny Damon. With 1 swing of the bat, put the Red Sox on top 3-2 in a race to 2-run deficit. Career high 19 home runs for Johnny Damon. Strike from Godin.
We got a kick out of Johnny Damon's speech the other night when he received the 10th Player Award. He said, well, people didn't expect very much out of me this year. I wonder who that was. I think people did expect quite a bit out of you, but he really has performed how many career season, really?
Yeah. And certainly is most consistent from start to finish. A lot of years he's had 1 good half and 1 bad half at times, but this year pretty consistent all year. And now a career high 19 home runs in this one, putting the Red Sox on top 3-2. His 85 RBIs, his career high is 88. Double play ball to second base, on to first. Tampa Bay able to turn it in the top of the 6th. Red Sox on top 5-2.
Time it takes to take out the trash, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Let's get campy.
New clothes are fun, but they won't save you money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
Life is full of milestones. That's why Sovereign Bank offers milestone banking.
3-2 Red Sox lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Well, a car is stolen every 26 seconds in this country, but the best way to get your car recovered, if it's stolen, is LoJack. And now you can enter to win the only stolen vehicle recovery system used by police in the LoJack caught stealing sweepstakes. For details, visit Nesson.com.
Last half of the 6th. Tino Martinez hits one in the air to right. Kapler sailing over towards the line to handle the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 out. I'll bring up Midre Cummings. Cummings reached on an infield hit in the 2nd inning and then lined out to right in the 3rd. A strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Cummings appearing in 436 Major League games between his time with the Pirates, the Phillies, the Red Sox, Twins, and Diamondbacks. Lifetime .256 hitter in the major leagues. Originally a #1 draft choice, 29th overall by the Twins back in 1990. Full countdown to Midre Cummings. Prior to this year, Midre Cummings had not been in the major league since 2001 with Arizona. Strike 3 call. Cummings becomes the 3rd strikeout victim for Bronson Arroyo. 2 down.
Yeah, most of the time Arroyo tries to go back door with that breaking ball against the lefties. That time he goes inside against Midre Cummings to pick up the strikeout.
Two down, 5 in a row. Retired by Bronson Arroyo. Here's Julio Lugo. Been on base twice, 2 for 2, the double and a single. And this time he skies one to Johnny Damon, and Arroyo enjoys a 1-2-3-6. We played 6. Boston on top 5-2.
If you want the internet, you basically have 3 choices. Slow dial-up, a little quicker DSL, or the lightning fast speed of Adelphia high-speed internet. So if you're emailing photos, paying bills, or working from home, our speed will save you time. Call Adelphia today for special savings on high-speed internet. Call now. Hurry, high-speed internet is waiting for you.
Subway is a part of America no matter where you go. Introducing the Subway Great Tastes of America. 4 great new sandwiches celebrating flavors from coast to coast, like the Western Turkey Bacon Guacamole or the Heartland Roast Beef. Try the Great Tastes of America at Subway, because chances are there's one near you.
Whether you're a striker, sweeper, a weekend warrior, or a rising star, the right equipment lets you focus on the flow of the game. Veteran soccer player Mark Hundhammer at Cadillac Mountain Sports helps you select for quality and fit for gear that lets you play your best when you step on the field. Mark and Cadillac's experienced staff work with their customers to find the equipment that keeps them on top of their game. Come on into where the experts are. Cadillac Mountain Sports, Maine's performance outfitter in Bar Harbor and Ellsworth.
Top half of the 7th inning. Back at Tropicana Field, 5-2. Red Sox on top. A 5-run 5th inning. The difference in this one for the Red Sox. 2, 3, and 4 featured in the inning. Mark Bellhorn, Manny Ramirez, and Kevin Millar. And Chad Godin back out on the mound for Tampa Bay. Came on in the 5th inning. Able to get the final 2 outs of that inning, and then a pretty clean 6th inning for him. He did walk Gabe Kapler, but he was able to erase Kapler as Johnny Damon grounded into an inning-ending double play.
Only 3 years of professional experience for Godin. 21 years old. Another young Tampa Bay pitcher.
It was a 34th round pick by Tampa Bay in 2001. It's out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Threw a perfect game when he was, remember, the AA Devil Rays in Orlando in the Southern League. Bellhorn with a swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, don't miss the 2004 New England Patriots pin collection. It all starts in the Boston Globe Sunday, October 10, with a free Patriots pin collector's album. Start your collection and pick up the Globe Sunday, October 10.
One away in the 7th inning, and here's Manny Ramirez. He crushed a 2-run home run to center field his last time up. His 43rd home run of the season. Popped up left side. Jeff Blum coming from 3rd. 2 down.
Well, Manny Ramirez's home run in the 5th inning, an absolute bomb to straightaway center field up on top of the roof of the restaurant in center field. It's 4:04 to straightaway.
So 2 down, and here's Kevin Millar, who's been on base once tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th, and Scott Kazmir had hit back-to-back hitters, and after hitting Millar was ejected from the game.
If the Red Sox go deep into the playoffs, that thing on the chin of Millar's he's going to look like ZZ Top.
Well, the right field line foul towards the Tampa Bay bullpen. Yeah, he started that somewhere in July during a tough stretch for the Red Sox. And since letting that thing grow, the Red Sox have played good baseball, so he's not going to touch it. Swing and a miss by Millar, and go down. Another impressive inning. Red Sox down in order. 7th inning stretch time, 5-2 Boston.
It's about you. It's about saving money. It's about time. It's Ford's 100-hour sales event. You've got just 100 hours to get 0% financing for up to 6 years on every 2004 Ford car, truck, and SUV. That's just 5 days to get some of the lowest payments of the year on America's best sellers. 0% financing for up to 6 years. Ford's 100-hour sales event. It's about time. It's about saving. It's about getting to your New England Ford dealer now.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more. For your car, Extra Mart offers the brands you know at competitive prices.
Pick up irresistibly delicious, extra nutritious Nesquik in a wide variety of flavors and sizes. Nesquik, milk made fun.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
Hi, I'm Julie from the car store. Presenting Team Car Store. Out to beat the competition.
With a great lineup of high-quality, low-mileage, late-model vehicles.
Fantastic financing options.
plus sensational service and reconditioning departments.
Making the car store the highest volume pre-owned dealer in Rhode Island.
Car store, go car store!
Team up with the car store. Exit 25 off 95 on Smithfield Avenue in Pawtucket.
Introducing the Nissan Quest, a revolutionary minivan featuring 5 Skyview windows, front and side impact 5-star safety rating, an innovative center console, automated side and rear lift doors, and fold-away second and third row seats. Moms have changed. Shouldn't the minivan?
Last half of the 7th inning, and it's 5-2 Red Sox on top. Jeff Blum leading it off for Tampa Bay. And Arroyo dropping down and getting the strike in there. Dave Roberts takes over in left field for Kevin Millar. The defensive change for the Red Sox here in the last half of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Hold on that pitch, and it's 1-2 to Blum. 3 strikeouts on the night for Bronson Arroyo. He's walked 1 and given up 5 hits to the Devil Rays, 2 runs. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Bronson Arroyo. Double-barreled action in the Red Sox bullpen. Mike Myers and Curtis Laskanik. 7 in a row retired by Bronson Arroyo.
I guess my mic was turned off.
That was some of your best stuff, and I don't think anybody heard it.
Probably the best analyzing of a strikeout I had all season long, but unfortunately my mic was off.
I was looking at you and your mouth was moving, but I couldn't hear it. In the center field for Toby Hall, deep in far to center. Damon headed back, and that is off Damon's glove. He will fire it back into the infield, but it's a 1-out double for Toby Hall.
Now, we've seen a couple of balls in this game really hit hard towards center field. Obviously, the home run by Manny Ramirez, but this ball, too, by Toby Hall. And Johnny Damon at a full sprint going back towards center field to try to make a catch on this. Toby Hall really has been struggling recently, but will pick up a double here with that ball just over the glove of Damon.
Just out of his reach and off the bottom of the wall. The Red Sox will make a pitching change. Bronson Arroyo coming out of the game. After 6 1/3 innings, and responsible for Hall at second base, but a chance for Arroyo to pick up his 10th win of the season. Red Sox had Myers and Laskanik up. They decide to go with the left-hander and Mike Myers. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric?
Don, thanks very much. Here with our Ford fans of the game. Bill Hazeltine is here with Tom and Bill and Lynn. They're transplanted from New Hampshire, live in Florida now, and actually here at the game helping out hurricane relief, believe it or not. So it's Red Sox fans, you get a chance to see the Sox, but how'd you get these tickets here, Bill?
Well, we live down here, and the last time they had the game against the Devil Rays, turned out it was blacked out on Nesson, so we couldn't watch it there. So they had it on the local channel. When we watched it, they had an auction that they were doing. Once I saw that the opportunity was there to get tickets for this particular game, as well as to help out hurricane victims here in Florida, and not to mention the fact that I got to meet my childhood idol of Louis Tiant, it was like, okay, I have to win it no matter what it could cost me.
You know, we've met so many people here just a few hours we've been in St. Petersburg who have been affected by the storm. 2 of these storms passed right over your home.
Right. Yeah, 2 of them, you know, what was left of the eye in the case of Francis, and actually Gene, its eye went right over our house. You know, we came out pretty lucky in the whole thing. We didn't really have any damage to our house, but when I say lucky, we consider ourselves lucky after losing power for 25 hours on Francis. And on Gene, a number of trees behind our house on the golf course ended up getting wiped out.
Yeah, but when you only lose power, that is lucky compared to a lot of other people out here. But you're here getting tickets today, helping out the cause, and also our Ford fans of the game. Enjoy the game, and thanks.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, the Hazeltines. Don, back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Mike Myers, the new pitcher in for the Red Sox. He's dealing with Carl Crawford with Toby Hall at second base and one down. 0-2 now to Crawford.
22nd appearance in a Red Sox uniform for Myers. His 72nd overall, and the last outing for Myers was against Baltimore on Thursday at Fenway. 2/3 in that inning. In that game with a couple of walks and a strikeout.
Bronson Arroyo done after 6 1/3 innings, giving him 6 hits. So far, touched for 2 runs, still responsible for Hall at second. He walked 1 and struck out 4. This one grounded foul off the fencing in front of the Red Sox dugout.
Well, I think tonight, Don, that if the Red Sox are considering Bronson Arroyo for a starting position in the postseason, in the rotation, he did nothing at all tonight to hurt himself. A little bit of trouble back in the second inning. Had a little wild spell back in the third when he hit a couple of batters, but after that really settled down and did an excellent job, I thought, in this game tonight.
Jeff Blum struck out to begin the inning. Toby Hall with a double off the wall in center field. 1 out, 1 on, and a count of 1-2 to Carl Crawford. Did he go? No, says Gary Davis, the third base umpire.
Crawford doing everything he possibly can to battle this submarine-style sidearm delivery, just controlling the head of the bat there on the 2-strike pitch.
And 2-2. This one bouncing in. Veritek somehow got a glove on it. No advance for Toby Hall. Wow.
You know, when you're a kid and you used to say, look what I found. That's the case there with Veritek. That ball bouncing way out in front of the plate, and he just sticks the glove out and somehow just knocks it down. He didn't know if it was in the glove, where it was. He finally picks it up, and the runner at second base has to hold. And first, Veritek's going to look in the glove. Nope, it's not there, so it's got to be somewhere else.
Well, the 3-2 from Myers. And then it's ball 4. Myers loses him.
That's a pretty good battle put on by Crawford against a pretty nasty lefty. And it's going to be 1 out for Myers.
Well, here comes Terry Francona to get him. They brought him in to face the lefty. Unfortunately, he walks the lefty, and Carl Crawford. Tampa Bay with runners at first and second with 1 down. Myers will leave, and Curtis Iskanik making his way in. 5-2 Red Sox.
Faith. It's a belief system. Sometimes based on history. Other times just on hope. Faith. There's all kinds. There's good and blind. Faith. It's harder to keep than it is to lose. But then the important things always are. The 2004 Boston Red Sox. Keep the faith.
New England's first word on sports, night and day. Sports Desk, Nesson's award-winning sports news report, now delivers your sports news and analysis following Red Sox baseball coverage. And every morning from 5 to 9, new time, new look, new host.
The difference is night and day.
The all-new Sports Desk, evenings following Sox coverage and mornings from 5 to 9.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by Subaru, by Coors Light, by New England Dodge Dealers, by Bernie and Phil's Furniture, And by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. 5-2, Red Sox on top with 1 out here in the last of the 7th. Tampa Bay threatening. And the Red Sox who used their 3rd pitcher of the night, Curtis Leskanic.
Leskanic last worked on Saturday. That was against the Yankees at Fenway, inning and a third, a couple of walks, no runs, no hits. Overall, his 49th appearance of the season. So one batter for Myers, faced the lefty. He walks him. Leskanic into the ballgame.
First pitch strike for Leskanic to Jose Cruz Jr., who walked in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, struck out again in the 5th. Full strikeouts against the Red Sox starter Bronson Arroyo. Arroyo still responsible for Toby Hall at second base as Alan Embry begins to warm in the Red Sox bullpen.
Now Leskanic, one of those guys I think that may be fighting for a spot if the Red Sox carry 10 pitches into the postseason.
Foul down the right field line. McCarty with a long run to the Tampa Bay bullpen to make the catch. He turns and fires it back into the infield. And quite a play by David McCarty, who was well down the right field line and over by the bullpen to make the catch for out number 2.
Now that was a very nice play by McCarty. He had a long way to go, and then he's got all kind of stuff to fight with down there as he goes. He's into the bullpen area, getting very close to the stands, very close to where the bullpen pitchers sit for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and makes the play. Almost stepped on that chair after making the catch.
So 2 down, runners at 1st and 2nd, and here's Jorge Cantu on the ground, left side. Cabrera goes to second base, and they just get him. And hard went Carl Crawford, but they're able to force him out to end the inning. We played 7-5-2 Boston.
What's here to do in Philly? Oh, boy.
Well, I guess they want to come over and see the Liberty Bell.
You got the Liberty Bell.
We have the Liberty Bell.
Pretzels.
The National Constitution Museum.
There's lots of theater.
Excellent restaurants.
Well, there's a lot of culture here.
It's like a baby New York.
For me, it's the
cheesesteak. Cheesesteak. Cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak.
Now there's another great reason to go to Philly. You can fly there for just $29 on Southwest Airlines.
I love Philadelphia.
You are now free to move about the country. You think of how accidents occur, how everything happens so fast. Then you think about how you can create anti-roll technology that reacts even faster. You think about that, then you build.
The Volvo XC90, the only SUV equipped with a roll stability control system to help prevent rollover and guided by conscience.
Back in Tampa Bay, the Red Sox on top 5-2, and it's time now to take a look at what's on tap for the Red Sox, brought to you by Heineken. 2 more games here in Tampa Bay, Tuesday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. right here on Nesson, and Thursday an off day, and it's off to Baltimore, UPN 38. Boston, Nesson outside of Boston with the first one. Fox National Game 1, Game 2 at 7 p.m. right here on Nesson, and then Sunday, the final game of the regular season from Camden Yards in Baltimore. Lance Carter, the new Tampa Bay pitcher.
55th appearance for Lance Carter, pitching very well recently for the Devil Rays.
High, deep, but foul down the right field line. A ball crushed by Jason Varitek.
Now that actually hit the last catwalk, but in foul territory.
Swing and a miss, and Varitek down 0-2. Checo Dendon, a good job. 3 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, no runs. Varitek hits one deep and far to right center field. Back goes Baldelli at the wall. He leaps and does not have the baseball. It's gone. A solo home run for Jason Varitek to begin things in the 8th, and it puts the Red Sox on top 6-2.
Red Sox runs again tonight on the home run. The 3-run home run by Damon. Manny with the 2-run home run. And now Jason Varitek straight away center field. Nice effort by Baldelli, but cannot come down with it. And Varitek has his 18th home run of the season.
Well, the first one he narrowly missed hitting a home run. The foul ball down the right field line, but he straightens it out.
Baldelli going back to the wall. Good vertical leap by Baldelli, but well, he looked in his glove. He thought maybe he had it. He really got up there, didn't he?
Did. Let Cabrera going the opposite way to right. Cruz headed back and can't make the catch. Off his glove and the wall. Cabrera thinking too. The throw by Cruz Jr. A great one, and Cabrera's out. Wow, what a play by Jose Cruz Jr. Won a Gold Glove last year with 18 outfield assists, and he's got one right here.
Cabrera was not running down that first base line, though. That should have been an easy double. Cruz misplayed this ball off the bat of Cabrera. It gets over his head, and Cabrera, taking for granted that maybe it's going to be caught, was not running hard down the line. And then Cruz has an opportunity to throw him out at second base. See, there's Cabrera not running. And then once he realizes overhead, then he decides to go for 2. But Cruz has got a very strong throwing arm and throws him out.
Now McCarty going deep and far and gone. A solo home run for David McCarty, his 4th home run of the season. The Red Sox have opened this one wide open on top 7-2. With 2 home runs in the 5th, they've got 2 home runs in the top of the 8th.
David McCarty in almost the same spot that Jason Varitek hit his. Again, straightaway center field, and again, Baldelli jumping but can't come down with it. McCarty's had a nice night. Defensively, had that base hit back in the 5th inning where the Red Sox got 5 runs. He actually started that inning off. And then the home run. There's Baldelli again going back to the wall, and again the leap. Not quite as high that time.
There's Youkilis with a swing and a miss. And the only out of the inning is Orlando Cabrera being thrown out at second base. It has not been a good inning for Lance Carter. Youkilis squibs one foul. Youkilis has walked twice in the ballgame tonight. He scored a run. He's flied out to center field. Swing and a miss. And Youkilis strikes out, 2 down. So a strikeout for Carter. Eleven strikeouts tonight for Tampa Bay pitching.
I think it's great for a guy like David McCarty to be involved in a game tonight that could clinch a playoff spot for the Red Sox, to be a big part of it. The home run, nice defensive play at first base. Got the big inning started back in the 5th with a base hit.
Apple went after it, and it's 1-1. Got to be hard for him, though, if he does not end up on the postseason roster, to be here all season long. And didn't get a great deal of playing time during the course of the year, but part of the team all year. Slowly grounded by the mound. Cantu tried to barehand and flip, couldn't do any of it. And Kapler reaches.
A very ugly inning here for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Cantu tries to barehand this little squibber down the second base. Can't get a grip on it. And Kapler safe at first base. Score that a hit done.
They have. Okay. Red Sox with 10 hits now in the game. And Chuck Hernandez takes the baseball from Lance Carter. He is done after a very tough inning. Tampa Bay will go back to their bullpen once again. So Tampa Bay will use their 5th pitcher of the night. Lance Carter gives up the leadoff home run by Jason Varitek. A single to Cabrera, is thrown out at second base, trying to stretch it into a double. David McCarty with a home run.
Well, 2 home runs in this inning, and both to straightaway center field. First, Jason Varitek picking up his 18th of the season on a ball that was up and away. Baldelli making a heck of an effort after it, but can't come up with it. And to the left side of the 404, this time for David McCarty, picking up his 4th home run of the season.
So Lance Carter gone after 2/3 of an inning. And he is still responsible for Gabe Kapler, who's at first base, but he did give up 4 hits in the game. Turns things over to Trevor Miller.
59th appearance. He's second on the staff as far as appearances go. Denny Baez, their closer, has 60, followed by left-handed Trevor Miller.
Jason Varitek with 7 home runs overall at Tropicana Field, 3 coming this season. And he got this inning started off with a solo home run. Now here's Johnny Damon with Kapler at first, 2 down. Damon hit a 3-run home run at the time the Red Sox were down 2-0. Put them on top 3-2. They have come up with 7 unanswered runs tonight and lead it 7-2. Foul to the backstop, and it's 1-2 to Johnny Damon. Dino Martinez not really holding Kapler on at first, kind of standing off the bag. Inside to Damon, and the count evens up at 2-2. Devil Rays had won 3 in a row coming into action tonight. A breaking ball missing to Damon, and a full count now. The middle and out of the reach of Cantu. Kapler will keep going to third as Baldelli runs into second base. But a hit for Johnny Damon, his 2nd hit of the night. The Red Sox keep it going here in the 8th.
Look at the hit lead is in baseball, and of course Ichiro way on top with 251. Johnny Damon now with 2 tonight. 184 on the season, 5th best in the American League. It goes Ichiro, Michael Young, Tejada, Vladdy Guerrero, then Damon. The hit leaders in the American League.
Here's Mark Bellhorn, who has doubled, struck out twice, and popped out to shortstop.
Number 37, Adam Hayes, due on deck. Damon and Ramirez.
2-0 to Mark Bellhorn. Adam Heisdu has come out on deck for the Red Sox. He will bat for Manny Ramirez. And if the inning does continue, there are 2 outs in the inning. Three 3-0 to Bellhorn. Lance Carter, the departed reliever, is responsible for Kapler, who's at third base. The strike makes it 3-1 to Bellhorn. Carter has been touched for 2 runs so far in the inning. The home run by Varitek, solo shot. The home run by David McCarty, a solo shot. Full count now to Bellhorn. Bellhorn had been ahead 3-0, but it's a full count now. Bellhorn stays alive as he cranks it foul off to the right. Again, the 3-2. Bellhorn gets a piece on the breaking ball, and we'll do it again. Kazmir, Jorge Sosa, Chad Gooden, Lance Carter, and Trevor Miller all used tonight by Tampa Bay. Miller ready again with a payoff pitch. Bellhorn strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. Red Sox get 2 more runs. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-2 Boston.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
Life is full of milestones. That's why Sovereign Bank offers milestone banking. So you can grow, achieve, and thrive. Sovereign Bank.
Hey, Jerry, see you kind of eyeballing my chicken there. Ixnay on the Ickenche. All right, babe? What's that, Mikey? You want a little something, something? How about a nice 5-piece box of Don't Touch My Chicken Selects? Everybody get the memo? This right here is a Don't Take My Chicken Select zone. What are you doing? Turn around, go back. Don't touch my chicken. All right? These chicken selects are new, and they're mine. Yummy. Put the chicken down and step slowly away from the deliciousness.
We're back at St. Pete. The Red Sox with a 7-2 lead, and with the win, the Red Sox would clinch a playoff berth. The question is, will there be a celebration after the Red Sox clinch a berth? It's been a big question because of the over-the-top celebration the Red Sox had last year. We went to the social director, Kevin Millar, to find out.
We're going to celebrate. I mean, you know, you clinch a playoff berth, we're going to celebrate. And it's a little weird of a situation, though, because you're celebrating a playoff berth, but also, you know, you still have a chance for the American League East title. So that's the what are we going to do? But there's definitely going to be some champagne bubbles going around, and you know, have a few beers and take it in, because it's a nice accomplishment, you know, to make the playoffs.
There is champagne on ice, and the locker room will be in there if the Red Sox hold on and clinch that playoff spot here tonight against the Devil Rays. Don.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Pokey Reese has come in defensively at second base for Boston for Mark Bellhorn. Mike Timlin has come in on the mound for the Red Sox.
And Timlin making his 73rd appearance of the season for the Red Sox. Opponents hitting .257 off Timlin.
Baldelli chopping one to third, and Youkilis throws him out for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Different situation last year when the Red Sox clinched. Of course, there was no chance of winning the division. It was at home where the Red Sox clinched to get into the wild card position.
Strike 3 call. Yet another chapter in the story of the 2003 Red Sox as they clinch the American League wild card. That was September 25th, so just over a year ago.
Now this is different. This is kind of strange. You know, it's you're going to get into the playoffs, obviously, which they're very happy about. But yet there is this outside chance, remote as it may be, that you could win the AL East. And and you're not home like you were last year.
That's the other thing.
It's totally different. But, you know, this is an accomplishment to get into the playoffs, and they're happy about that.
And you hadn't been to the postseason in 4 years last year.
That's
been
right.
a little while.
That's right. You were there last year. You made it through one round, and you darn near made it through the second round. And really, your focus now should be getting to the World Series and winning the World Series.
And I think you're right. Being at home was a key fact. Fans wanted to see him back out on the field. They came back out on the field. Here in kind of what would you call this? Kind of a sterile atmosphere here in Tampa Bay.
They'll go inside. They'll have some fun. I hope Eric Fried brought more than one suit on this road trip. And other than that, you know, then they'll move on and play the rest of the games out, see where they end up in the division, and move on.
There is more business to do, as this one is chopped left side. Youkilis on the move, and there's 2 down. Hey, you might notice that Eric Fried did not go with the Georget tonight. He did not wear his best.
That would not be a wise move because somebody will get that Georget ugly.
Stay tuned after the game for New England's Red Sox postgame shows. First, it's WB Mason's Extra Innings, then Granite City's Extra Innings Extra. After the last inning, the action's just beginning. Our own Eric Fried will be live in the Red Sox locker room.
You know, this has happened now 4 or 5 times over the last, I'd say, 7 to 10 days. And these little signs you look for that you know you're done at a company.
Phasing out?
Phasing out slowly as my promo once again being read by someone else. You know, all they got to do is come out and tell me. You don't have to start doing it this way.
Midre Cummings skies one to left. Roberts back at the wall, and that ball is gone. Midre Cummings with his 2nd home run of the season for Tampa Bay. And it's now 7-3. Devereaux's got to run back with 2 down in the 8th.
I didn't think that ball had enough juice when it left the bat to get out of this place. But Midre Cummings showing some opposite field power. 2nd home run Midre has hit in a Devil Ray uniform. Roberts going back. I think he was quite surprised, too, that the ball carried as far as it actually did. You know, somebody step up to the plate and be a man about it. Tell me I'm gone instead of, you know, chipping into my replays and my promos. And
Back comes Varitek towards the screen. It's playable, and he makes the catch. Timing is everything, and the inning is over. 7-3. Red Sox have the lead as we head to the 9th.
Life is full of milestones. That's why Sovereign Bank offers milestone banking. So you can grow, achieve, and thrive. Sovereign Bank.
Introducing the Nissan Quest, a revolutionary minivan featuring 5 Skyview windows, an innovative center console, automated side and rear lift doors, and fold-away 2nd and 3rd row seats. Moms have changed. Shouldn't the minivan?
Back in Tampa Bay, Red Sox on top 7-3. This game summary is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. The Red Sox, on the benefit of 11 hits, have 7 runs. Big home run night tonight for the Red Sox. 4 of them. Johnny Damon's 3-run shot. Manny Ramirez a 2-run home run. Solo shots for Jason Varitek and David McCarty. Pinch hitter for the Red Sox facing the new Tampa Bay pitcher. The new pitcher is Rob Bell. The pinch hitter is Adam Heisdew. And Manny Ramirez's spot. Rob Bell, who's been in the rotation this season for Tampa Bay, out there in relief. And the 6th Tampa Bay pitcher of the night. Takes over for Trevor Miller, who's able to get the final out of the 8th. To Adam Heisdu. Working things out with the truck.
What's that? I'm sorry?
Working things out with the truck. You realize it wasn't me that read the promo.
It's the last thing on my mind right now, Don.
There's ball 4 to Heisdu down to first base.
I'm thinking of how I'm going to celebrate tonight, and I think I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go back to my room.
Heisdu with a leadoff walk. Here comes Dave Roberts.
Now, Bell, most of the work he's done this year has been in the starting rotation. 18 starts, 22 appearances overall, and a 7-8 record. Red Sox have seen him a couple of times. And I was talking with Heisdu yesterday. He was out after the game waiting to exit the ballpark. And, of course, you know how all the fans gather around the players' parking lot. And he walked up to me and he says, what do you think this would be like if the Red Sox won the World Series, if we win the World Series? I said, what do you think it'd be like? I says, you know, I said, it's going to be the biggest celebration that you'd probably ever see in the city of Boston and in New England. He says, well, maybe I'll get an apartment here for a month if that happens, just to watch it. I said, you better book for 2 months because it could go on that long.
Roberts pops it up down the first base line. Tino Martinez makes the catch for the first out of the 9th. So 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Jason Varitek. Had a tough start to the night, striking out in the 2nd and then again in the 4th. But then doubled in the 5th and homered in the 8th. Seven career home runs now for Varitek here at Tropicana Field. 3 this season. This one gets away from Toby Hall briefly.
You know, I can't wait till the Red Sox clinch something to get in the playoffs so we can start talking about our playoff coverage on NESN. We've been reluctant to do so because you want to wait till they
jinx yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I know that we've got a couple of crack reporters going to the playoffs, and you and Eric Fried.
You're leaking information already. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss, and the count 1-1.
It's not the whole story. That's just part of it. But we've got quite a crew planned to go to the playoffs. Some will be going, some will not be.
2-1 to Jason Varitek with Heisdu, the short lead at first base. A swing and a miss from Varitek, and the count 2-2. A little key to this tonight, the Red Sox needed their 94th win, and they're trying to grab that here tonight. Of course, Anaheim and Oakland have 3 games left between each other. To center field, Baldelli moving in, and Varitek is the 2nd out of the inning. Heisdu back to the bag at first.
Baldelli's been pretty busy out there tonight, and for the most part been going back to the wall to try to make catches. That time coming in to take a line drive for an out from Varitek. With Dave Roberts in that game yesterday, what he was so upset about is the fact that that pitch was up around his head, that retaliation pitch.
2 down, Orlando Cabrera grounds it through the vacated right side into right field. Heisdu up to second base. And the 3rd hit of the night for Orlando Cabrera.
And it looks like a pinch hitter coming up for David McCarty as Minkiewicz will get a chance to hit here in the 9th inning. Nice moment over the weekend, too, and Ellis Burks was introduced to the Red Sox crowd.
Yeah, I guess Ellis had his knee drained before the ball game yesterday and not going to be able to be used in yesterday's ball game.
Yeah, and you see what happens. He gets one at bat, the thing swells up on him again. I mean, it's just the, it's the end of the line. It has to be.
And that was just after he had the base hit at Fenway Park, and he was even pinch run for. He didn't even run for himself to get down to first base, and from that alone, the swelling again. So it does appear to be the end for Ellis Burks, and a very nice moment yesterday at Fenway Park. Kavich with a swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. Highs due at second base, Cabrera at first. 2 down here in the top half of the ninth. As we look to the bottom of the ninth inning, Tampa Bay will be expecting Jeff Blum, Toby Hall, and Carl Crawford to bat. First to be 8, 9, and 1. Foul down the right field line, and it's 1-2 to Mientkiewicz. The Red Sox do have Folk up in the bullpen. And he is joined by Scott Williamson. The 1-2 to right field. Jose Cruz Jr. on the run to make the catch. A sinking line drive. We head to the last of the ninth from Tampa Bay. It's 7-3 Boston.
Cold hard fact. Other beers are heat pasteurized at 140 degrees. Coors Light is always frost brewed at an icy 34. Why? Because we know you love cold beer. Coors Light, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
You think of how accidents occur, how everything happens so fast. Then you think about how you can create anti-roll technology that reacts even faster. You think about that, then you build.
The Volvo XC90, the only SUV equipped with a roll stability control system to help prevent rollover and guided by conscience.
The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway.
Wherever business takes you, Best Western is there. Best Western, the world's largest hotel chain. Now featuring free high-speed internet access at most hotels. Visit bestwestern.com for locations.
Cold hard fact. Other beers are shipped warm in rail cars. Coors Light rail cars are always cold insulated. Why? Because we know you love cold beer. Coors Light, the coldest tasting beer in the world.
7-3 Red Sox lead as we go to the bottom of the ninth. The play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort and Casino. And for me, the play of the game tonight was Scott Kazmir. He had been breezing through these Red Sox hitters with 6 strikeouts in the 3 innings. They had not had a hit against him, and all of a sudden he hits Manny Ramirez. Both bunches are worn. Then he hits Kevin Millar and is thrown out of the game. And I got to tell you, he looked all as tough as he did last time against the Red Sox. It could have been a long night. For me, that's the play of the game.
Keith Folk on to pitch the bottom of the ninth inning.
70th appearance of the season for Folk. Of course, not a save situation. The last time Folk worked in a game was Saturday against the Yankees. He picked up the win in that game to run his record to 5-3 on the season.
Jeff Blum to lead it off here in the last half of the ninth inning. Folk taking over for Mike Timlin, who worked the 8th and gave up a hit. It was the home run by Midre Cummings. Here's a fly ball to deep right field. Kapler back on the warning track for out number 1. Blum gives it a ride, but he's retired for the first out in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Folk a little frustrated. Of course, the home run ball was a problem for him on that last homestand. That ball hit very deep, but Kapler there to make the play.
So 1 down, and it brings up Toby Hall as 1 for 3. A double in the 7th inning. On the ground to third base. Backhanded by Youkilis. A long throw and plenty of time, and there's 2 down in the 9th. The Red Sox are 1 out away from assuring their spot in the postseason. Crawford, who has 2 hits tonight, has been on base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. And the first pitch strike from Polk. A strike, and it's 0-2 to Crawford. Fly out to the track and right, a ground out. Count of 0-2 to Carl Crawford. Fouled off to the left, and he stays alive. Bronson Arroyo at 6 1/3 tonight, giving up 2 runs. The Red Sox can hold on. He'll pick up his 10th win. We've seen Myers, Leskanic, Timlin, and now Polk. Strike 3 call. The Red Sox are headed back to the postseason for the 2nd straight season. This year hoping for a better fate. They have clinched a playoff berth for the 2nd year in a row and the 16th time in team history with a victory tonight against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The Red Sox certainly still with lots to play for, a chance to perhaps win the American League East. The Yankees off tonight, and the Red Sox with the victory here. Now 3 games back in New York. Head down to the field and Eric Freed. Eric.
All right, the turning point for the Red Sox, 94th win of the season that got to the playoffs came with Johnny Damon's 3-run home run. Before we talk about the home run in this game, just the satisfaction of going back to the playoffs.
Oh man, we worked hard all year. You know, we were going through a lot of adversity. You know, a lot of people thought we lost it, and we found it at the right time. You know, unfortunately, things had to happen. You know, big trades, bringing new guys in, getting rid of a local hero and icon to a lot of the people there in Boston, but we persevered and we went out and we took care of business, and we're getting back to the playoffs, and we feel like we can do it. I mean, this is a special team and a special year.
Is there an extra hunger for this team after how last year ended to get back there and get another shot at it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're taking it all in stride. You know, no one's going bananas. You know, we know we still have a job to do, and we're very happy that we are in the playoffs right now, but there's a lot more business to take care of, and we know what we have to do, and right now we're going to go celebrate a little bit.
In this game that clinches playoff berth, the young pitcher, Kazmir, is pitching great, but you come in against the reliever. You probably may not have had success. You'd be the first to admit if Kazmir was still in there because he was that good.
Yeah, that kid's unbelievable. I don't know how he can be traded. This guy's 20 years old, has a a very good fastball that bores in on left-handed hitters. He kind of like a Pettit, but like 5 miles per hour harder. And Pettit's a pretty good pitcher, and this guy's pretty special.
But your home run against the reliever turned it around in this game.
Yeah, you know, we didn't really have much going. McCarty got us going. You know, it was a great day for him to get in the lineup. You know, he got the offense going, got a big home run later on. So I'm just happy with everybody on this team. I mean, we battled, you know, and everybody, a lot of guys took a lot of heat this year, but hopefully we can, you know, get things right in the playoffs. And I mean, this has been a special year.
But right now, celebrate a little bit with your teammates in the locker room. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Johnny Damon heading off to the locker room. I'm heading there as well. But right now, let's send it back to Boston and Tom Caron. Tom.
All right, Eric, along with Sam Horn, I am Tom Caron, and that was a perfect sight. I think that's what we all wanted to see. Happiness, celebration, because they should celebrate. It is a hard thing to do to qualify for the playoffs in Major League Baseball, but don't overdo it because there's still work to do. They can still have an outside shot at catching the Yankees, and they should have an attitude that we've been through this. This is one step towards our goal.
You can kind of see that they were a little more subtle right there in their celebration last year. You can really see them jumping around, really getting excited. But here you can definitely tell that they kind of sense that, hey, we have got to a part of where we're going. We're still looking to go much further.
I think doing it on the road tends to dampen some of that anyway. But
yes.
I think it was the perfect mood right there, and we will see what it's like inside a locker room because they should be celebrating because they have accomplished something. They have accomplished a postseason berth for the second straight time. They're going to have to really work on their postseason high fives. Coverage live from Tampa Bay and from here in the studio continues with WB Mason's Extra Innings next.
It's time for the Jeep model year-end clearance. Soon, the last of the 2004 vehicle.
And this was not the normal day for a major leaguer. Getting in around 1 o'clock, quickly dumping your stuff at the hotel, and getting to the ballpark. They looked like it until about the 5th inning.
You needed something to kick them in gear, and like you said, Johnny Damon's home run was exactly what they needed because they needed a lift. Like you said, when you go out there, you're kind of like saying, hey, we got to get ourselves in rhythm. Baseball's players, they have a routine. If you don't have your whole routine, sometimes it kicks you out of gear. And it was good to see them get back in the gear because as soon as Johnny got them started, everybody else was ready to start ripping.
All right, and the Red Sox are ready to enjoy the moment. Here it is, live in the locker room down at St. Petersburg. As you see the Red Sox celebrating and enjoying the moment. You knew they'd let loose a little bit. This is not a team that does not enjoy itself. And they're enjoying themselves down in St. Petersburg right now. Who is that over there? Is that Pedro? Somebody's getting down.
Somebody with some guns.
Manny. That's Manny.
Manny.
Manny apparently seems to be the target of all the extra champagne this evening. And as usual, David Ortiz right in the middle of things. And Kevin Millar, of course, right in the middle of things. I'll ask you, Sammy, is this what you expected?
It doesn't get much better than that, and that's exactly what we expected. We were talking about this team being built all year for the playoffs, so it was really, you know, a tough season for them because a lot of times there's a lot of adversity, like Damon said, that you're going to go through. You don't know the end results until you get there, but this is what they came to play for.
So Eric Fried so far staying fairly dry. I know, I was there last year, and it is not an easy thing. And you saw Kevin Millar helping Manny out with the shirt. I can tell you from first-hand experience that champagne stings. So there's a little bit of advice, Frito. Champagne stings if you get it in your eyes. Let's go to Eric Fried down there right now.
Well, actually, it's a Pert Plus in somebody's eyes. That's what, I mean, that's even better than champagne. See David Ortiz and Ricky Gutierrez sharing a moment right now. Guys have spread out across the clubhouse getting access to the champagne. Kevin Millar's ready to pop another cork right now. Let's get in on Kevin. Kevin getting some good work done. And Kevin, you said there'd be a little celebration tonight. I just want to tell you we're live on Nesson right now, but congratulations for this moment.
I just want to say they're wasting it. They're wasting the alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's cold. But we're wasting the alcohol.
Okay, that didn't take long.
No, it took about 2 seconds.
This is a relief more than anything else because a lot of people expect you to go to the playoffs, and the fact that you made it there, you deserve something like this.
We do.
You can't talk when 40-degree champagne's going over your face?
Right now, it's an unbelievable feeling. His team struggles so much, but to be where we're at now is awesome. We put it together towards the end of July, and this is the Sox.
There was some doubt. You guys were a 500 team for a couple of months. What turned things around?
We believed in each other. In this locker room, we believed in each other the whole time, and we put it together, and it was just a matter of time, and our starting pitching really picked it up, and offensively, we all started swinging the bats well, so we're ready to go, man.
All right, who's your next target?
I'm going to find Trot.
All right.
We already got names here.
All right, Trot's right on the other side, right behind you, Pat, so we'll keep an eye.
Hey, Eric Fried, can you hear me down there?
Tom, I do hear you.
I just want to make sure.
There's a little champagne in my ear canal right now, but yeah, what do you got?
I just want to make sure that's not a Georget tonight.
Say it again, Tom.
I want to make sure you're not wearing a Georget tonight.
Oh, no. The Georget is champagne repellent, but no, I would not risk that on a night like tonight.
That's a seasoned veteran move right there by Eric Fried.
You see, it didn't take too long to get ruined.
Yeah. All right, we'll take it back, Frito. We'll let you work the room. Let us know when you're ready again. We'll take it back. But just want to, through the course of the season, if you watch the broadcast, Jerry Remy and Don Orsillo get in on Eric a little bit about the Georget, and I don't want him ruining the good soup.
No, you don't, but still, you always, as a veteran, you clearly know that these are possibilities. Maybe even on the whole trip, it could have been a possibility, so you don't wear your best wear.
It was the night before going to Tampa last year. They clinched Thursday night here at home against Baltimore at Fenway Park, and then they flew south to Tampa, hoping to avoid clinching on the final weekend down at the Devil Rays ballpark at Tropicana Field, and they ended up taking care of business on that Thursday night, the magical night at Fenway that will go down in history, and now they have done it again. But again, it's different because the AL East is still within sight, and Eric Fried's back within sight. Oh, you see what's happening. There's Frito.
All right, Big Poppy's here with us, David Ortiz, and this is a celebration that's been a long time coming for you guys, but much deserved for the hard work you guys put in all year, David.
Man, it's been unbelievable. I just last year when we get to this point, I was thinking about, man, when we're gonna go back to the same page. Now here, where we are, and I mean, it's unbelievable. You just got to keep on going. We got a long way to go still, but this is part of what we've been doing all year.
David, is there one moment that you'll look back to that you realize this team had it, this team could put it together and get back to the playoffs?
Well, the one time that we won 21 games out of 23, I went like, okay, we're back where we need to be, where people expect us. So I know everybody's really concentrating on going to the playoffs and get a championship for this city. So I'm so proud of all my teammates. They all put it together, and here we are.
You've had a career year. You're over 40 home runs for the first time. You've had an amazing run, MVP numbers in the playoffs. There's a chance you could play your former team. Would that be sweet for you to get a chance to face the Minnesota Twins?
Well, right now I just think it's, I'm happy that I get to that level and help this ball club the most. And what else can I tell you? I'm just happy to be here, happy to represent Boston, the city of Boston, and nothing we still got going on for y'all.
All right, now we heard this was going to be a low-key celebration. I'm not seeing signs of that. So who's leading the charge here tonight? Who should we be worried about tonight?
D-Lo.
Derek Lowe? Well, let's go find Derek right now. David, thanks very much. David Ortiz with us. We're going on a Derek Lowe hunt right now. We'll be right with you in the second TC.
All right, guys, thanks very much. You knew David Ortiz, Manny, Kevin Millar. This might be a subdued party for these guys, but you knew they'd let loose.
Oh, without a doubt. And we were showing right there the guys with their flavor. That's what I was going to try to throw in there, because that's what it's all about, having a good time after the fact. People say, you shouldn't celebrate too much, but you should at least let that out. This has been a season-long grind where you're saying, hey, we want to get to this point the whole time. It's here now.
All right. Eric, back to you.
All right, we did find Derek Lowe. David Ortiz says you're going to lead the celebration here tonight, but this is something that you guys probably have been looking forward to over the last month and a half when you really started to turn things around.
Yeah, it has been a complete team effort. I'm just very happy that I don't know if a lot of guys have been in the playoffs before, but this is an experience like no other. This is just step one, and we're still our goal is still to win win the AL East, and we still have a chance. And this is why you work so hard in the offseason. I know it sounds boring, but we have a great group of guys, and we're really going to enjoy tonight.
This has been a team that proved a lot as the season went along, yet I get the feeling that you guys still know this is a nice little party here tonight, but the work is just beginning, especially after what happened last year.
I mean, you got to look at it, I mean, here I am. I'm pitching tomorrow, so you got to, be realistic about, now we're, 2 games or 3 games back of the Yankees, and so, we still got a chance, and so, you got to have fun, but, there's still a big game tomorrow.
All right, get ready for that start.
Thank you very much.
Derek Lowe, the starter here tomorrow. We'll celebrate here a little bit more here tonight. Back to you, Tom.
Cutting a Tiant-esque pose down there is Derek Lowe, getting ready for his start tomorrow. There's Curt Schilling, who came to Boston to be a part of this, to be a part of a postseason run for the Red Sox.
And I mean a major part. This guy has contributed just like anyone else, and I guess he even prepared for the party tonight because he was a guy that prepared for every game. You knew that his heart was in it, his mind was in it, and they showed once he was there on the mound.
Major league leading 21 wins for Curt Schilling, and we'll see when he gets to pitch. That, of course, becomes all the interesting thing. Ellis Burks, who had such a great moment yesterday as he tipped his cap and bid adieu to the Fenway fans playing in his last Fenway game. And Eric Fried working the crowd as you see the reporters start to move in and talk to guys now. We talked about there's Pedro as Eric Fried makes the move in. Let's
All right, Pedro.
Let's go to Eric Fried.
All right, thank you, Tom. We're here with Pedro Martinez. It looks already like you've had a costume change. Who got you?
Well, they all got me. I first of all had to go and give thanks to God for all the help, all the good things that happened for us. And after that, it was up to my teammates, and they really got me good.
Well, this has been a good run for you guys. I know this has been expected. Everybody assumes that you never know what you're going to see here, that you're going to make to the playoffs, but it's not as easy as just saying this team has been built to make it to the playoffs. You got to go out and prove it.
Yes, that's exactly right. In papers, it doesn't count. And first of all, starting the year, we started off pretty good, but then...
Yes, you were saying?
And then we struggled a little bit, and then after that, after the break, we started to play together and get everything together, and we started to play better baseball, and since then we really look like we're going to go a little further than we did last year.
I'm impressed, Pedro. You're very focused, even with champagne in your eyes. How is this team better equipped to be successful and make a deep run in the playoffs as compared maybe to last year's team?
Well, I think we're healthy this year. We have all the ingredients that we lacked last year. We have a stopper, a solid stopper. We have Curt Schilling with us, which is probably an MVP candidate, along with David and Manny, and I think everything has clicked for us at the right time, and we stay healthy, and we continue to do what we're doing. I think we're gonna be there for the end.
We see the 21 wins, but how has the addition to Curt Schilling made the pitching staff better and made this team better?
Well, it just gives you another Pedro Martinez out there, another Derek Lowe, another Team Wakefield last year, and I think it's all gonna pay off sooner or later.
You're going to the playoffs, so we can now start to speculate out loud about who's going to start. Do you care if you start game 1, game 2? What does it matter?
What? Please don't speculate that much. Just let us win like we have, and at the end, we'll let you talk whatever you want to talk. But we wanna first make it real, and then see what happens, and see what you guys want to talk about.
You've been through a few of these celebrations before. It doesn't get old, I'm sure.
No, it doesn't. It's always special, but I really thank God because this is a chance that I always look forward to, and I think it's enough for me now. I'm about to get a ring, and I want to get one.
All right. Good luck getting that ring, Pedro.
Thank you.
Pedro Martinez here with us. Tom, we're back on the hunt here. Back to you.
All right, Eric, happy hunting. Some very strong words at the end there. You could see it in his face. He was thinking about what he was saying. He said, I've had about enough. I'm ready. We're going to get a ring. That was impressive.
And that's what you want. You know, you can see the focus right there. Clearly having fun, clearly giving props to everyone on the team. That's a class act right there. It's good to see. see that. Now Theo's jumping in.
You see Theo enjoying the moment. I want to talk here about what Eric just asked Pedro Martinez about, do you really care who starts the first game? Pedro had the opportunity to say, no, I don't care who starts the first game. He did not say that. He said, I don't want to talk about that. Let's not speculate about that. I think he's a very prideful man. I don't think he'll be happy if he doesn't start the first game.
Oh, without a doubt. He will not be happy. Pedro is a very, you know, a good guy. He's a guy with a lot of pride, and that's what I was trying to say. He's going to be competitive. Of course he wants to be out there. He's been the #1 pitcher here in Boston. Schilling's come here. He does a outstanding job. People say, well, hey, he has 21 wins. Schilling, yes, he does. But you look at the run support, Pedro could have had 21 wins. It was just one of those things that it didn't work out like that. Both of those guys are #1 pitchers. Whoever the Red Sox send out there will be the best choice of that time.
Pedro said, don't speculate too much, but let's speculate real quickly. Who is your #1 starter, your Game 1 starter? Who is the man?
I would have to go with Schilling, only for the simple fact is that you have to look at the guy that the team plays the best for, the most run support. He's on a roll. He's been pitching extremely well. You have to go with all of the edges in this case. You want to get off to a good start. Not saying that Pedro won't, but still, you're looking at also who they play. If they play against Oakland or somebody from the West, Pedro has been extremely good.
I think it's got to be Schilling. I don't think there's a question. Let's go back. Eric, we're speculating, just like Pedro told us not to. Right now, we go back to you and Tim Wakefield.
All right, I'm having trouble hearing you, Tom, but here with one of the true leaders of this Red Sox team. No one's won a Red Sox longer with this team than Tim Wakefield. And been through this a few times, Tim, and it seems, talking to some of the guys here, that they seem never tire of a moment like this.
No, you never get tired of getting in the playoffs. The longer you play, the more you realize how hard it is to get your foot in the door. Now that we've accomplished that, we still have a goal set in mind, and that's to win the division. You know, with the Yankees having an off day today, I think we got a chance to really open the door.
You guys are still thinking that, obviously. I mean, you don't want to give up on that thought at all. What, is something going on? I don't even know.
I pour the whole beer. I pour the whole beer.
I've worked under worse.
Yeah, I do too.
The American League East, that's still something you guys can shoot for, right?
Yeah, we still got a chance at that. You know, even though we got our foot in the door today, we'd like to win the division and get home field advantage for ourselves. But regardless of what happens from here on out, we still got our foot in the door, and we're looking forward to getting into the postseason.
You are in the postseason, and obviously the way last year ended, you guys probably thought that day to get back at it and get another chance to get it done as Pokey Reese comes in to congratulate Tim Wakefield.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to give you guys all the incentive in the world.
There's a lot of guys in here, especially me, that's very bitter about how it ended last year, and we're looking forward to redeeming ourselves a little bit and getting to the World Series and winning it all this year.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot, and we know you're a great leader in this clubhouse and enjoyed it.
Thanks, Eric.
And that's for not laughing at me while the waterfall was going down. Tom, back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Again, he's got the advantage this year of already being on the road. You know, last year I got doused like that, and then we had to pack it in a suitcase and go to Tampa. That did not smell good by the end of the first playoff games in Oakland. Anyway, we're going to go back with more from St. Petersburg as you look at a picture-perfect night for the Red Sox at the Trop. WB Mason's Extra Innings continues after this.
Check.
Tonight's show is brought to you by WB Mason, the official office product supplier of the Boston Red Sox.
And it is time for our WB Mason delivery of the game. The Red Sox deliver us from the regular season, even though there are 6 games remaining. They clinch a postseason spot for the second straight year, and you can hear the fans on hand, a good number of fans, as always, heading down to Tropicana Field and catching the action down in Florida, despite the hurricane that went through yesterday. I want to go back real quickly to talk about the rotation before Eric got Tim Wakefield. You know, Curt Schilling, I think we both agree, I think everybody agrees, should be the Game 1 starter of this team. He is red hot. He has 8 straight victories for the first time in his career, and yet, you know, Pedro will not be happy. What does that mean to Pedro Martinez?
Well, you know, it takes a little bit of pressure off of him. He will never say that he needs that, but still, you know, here's a guy that last year he was the savior, he was this, he was that, he was everything. All of the weight of the Red Sox nation was on his shoulders, and you see he couldn't come out of that game, and there's no way he would, and if he had to do it all over, he would be right back there again. You will not go wrong with either one of them starting, but still, and again, you have to go with momentum, you have to go with the way he's been pitching. The guys score so many runs for him. It's just like everything just looks to the fact that he should start the first game, and then from there you let Pedro go, and if that happens, then he'll be ready to start hopefully the second series of the ALCS. Yes.
You wonder, though, the other tough decision, of course, the rest of the rotation. We heard Jerry Remy speculate at the pregame show that maybe Bronson Arroyo is your number 3 pitcher. Certainly pitched well enough tonight. He didn't hurt himself, picking up his 10th victory. I assume Derek Lowe will be a starter. If that's the scenario, Tim Wakefield becomes the odd man out. So some decisions to be made, to say the least, and a man who will have a lot to say about those decisions is General Manager Theo Epstein, standing by with Eric Fried.
All right, Tom, thanks. We are here with Theo Epstein, and well, Trot Nixon's I don't know what that was. Seemed like a scene from Animal House. You know what? This is very reminiscent of Animal House, and it is live television. Theo, congratulations. I know you had to change the team, really, in the middle of the season, and that, according to some of the players, was really a turning point in the year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did make a few trades, and those guys contributed, but really the credit goes to the guys who've been here all year and worked really hard to snap out of that slump we were in the midseason. They deserve the credit, along with Terry and the coaching staff. Just a real grassroots effort, and you know, we were comatose for about 3 months there, and playoff spot was not a certainty for a long time, and they worked extra hard and put in the effort, and now we're here, and they deserve it, and it feels sweet.
As you look at the roster and how this team is coming together, how is this team different as it prepares for the playoffs? Is it a better playoff team than what we saw last year, which was a pretty good team?
We were trying to have a subdued celebration so we could demonstrate how we know this is only step one, and we're really looking to the playoffs, and we are. But this team can't do anything subdued, so that's why the celebration got out of hand. But this really is just step one. I think we're a really well-rounded club right now. I think we're pretty prepared for October baseball. I'm excited to watch this team go get them in October, and they really won't be satisfied without winning the World Series, and our fans deserve it, so we're going to try to bring it home for everybody.
I don't want to temper the celebration at all, but tell us how the planning will come together now over this next week, how you'll get the playoff roster all together and turn the focus forward.
Well, now that we're in the postseason, there's still another regular season goal, which is the division. And, you know, we're only 3 games back, and if we get some help this week, we really... If Veritek would start hitting, we may...
Keep him in the line of fire there.
Well, we obviously have to find a starting catcher for the postseason.
Doug Mirabelli's playing? Okay, good.
Yeah, Doug's really been swinging well lately. I can't say enough about Mirabelli. No, that was ridiculous. But we got to take a look at guys for the last couple of bullpen spots, get the rotation in order. But we're not giving up on the division. You know, we hope we get really hot this week and the Yankees cool off, and you never know. But if we don't win the division, we're still in and can make some things happen.
What was the turning point? Is there one moment, not just a trade, but is there a moment where it all, so you look like, you know what, it's going to happen. This is a team that's going to go back to the playoffs?
We started playing better baseball in late July, you know, before the trade. I think the big game against the Yankees where Bill Miller hit that home run was huge, and we kind of took that intensity on the road with us, and then the trade happened, and obviously we got hot. We had a 40-game stretch that really defined our season. I'm paranoid now. Where we went 30-10 against some of the best teams in baseball and really separated ourselves in the wild card race. And that was kind of the turning point.
All right, Theo, congratulations. Enjoy the subdued celebration.
Now I get to go to the Pearl Jam show, so thanks for winning, guys.
Theo Epstein here with us, the big Pearl Jam fan. A little celebration here and a little concert to come. More to come from the clubhouse. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. As the Red Sox celebrate following the postseason clincher, our Subaru star of the game was a big part of why they are celebrating tonight. A new career high for Johnny Damon, his 19th homer of the year. And it was the first hit of the game for the Red Sox. Beg your pardon, no, it wasn't. As it was a 3-run homer. McCarty led off the inning with a hit, then Youkilis with a walk, then the 3-run, 1-out homer for Damon gave the Red Sox their first lead of the game. They had trailed it 2-0. 2 for 5 on the night. A 3-run homer and a single. Johnny Damon is our Subaru star of the game. Subaru driven by what's inside. The Red Sox driven to go further than last year, but you got to take one step at a time. They have taken that first step with a postseason berth. See the world in a new light, and Johnny Damon and Manny Ramirez put this game in a new light. A 2-0 deficit. The Red Sox didn't get a hit until the 5th. And then they got a couple of big hits. A 3-run homer for Johnny Damon, his 19th of the year. Mark Bellhorn follows with a double. And Manny Ramirez follows Mark Bellhorn with a 2-run homer of his own. 43rd homer of the year for Manny. League-leading 43rd homer. They light it up. Manny, 43 homers, 129 RBI. He and Ortiz combined 83 homers, 263 RBI. You can talk about the two aces to lead the way pitching. That's the best 1-2 combo in baseball.
Batman and Robin, you can't get any much better than that. These are two guys that all year, basically, Manny told Poppy, hey, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they're basically showing you right now, all year long, all you do is continue to put up the numbers. And Kevin Millar, look at the back of the baseball card.
That's right.
And it shows what you've been doing.
Not how you start, it's how you finish, and you finish with champagne all over you. That's the case with Manny Ramirez, standing by with Eric Freed.
All right, we're here with Manny Ramirez in the Red Sox clubhouse, and
Sandy Martinez.
Sandy, okay, Sandy, you're gonna have a talk.
You got that?
No, you're missing Manny. Focus, Sandy. Focus. Hi, Manny. I don't know if I'm allowed to drink beer on television. I think some just slipped in, so there could be an FCC issue here. But congratulations on getting back to the playoffs, and tell us about the thrill of being back in the postseason here with the Red Sox.
Hey, this is what you play for, man, and you live for this. So this is what you work out, you know. This is what you do all the hard work, you know, to win the playoff, you know. So now we're gonna take this to another level, and we're gonna take a step at a time, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
The fact that there are so many guys who were in the playoffs last year and have a lot of playoff experience among like yourself, the fact that you have that behind you, does that help you as you look forward to know what to be prepared for?
Not really, man. It's just another game, you know, and what we gotta do is, you know, be doing the same thing that we're doing during the season, doing the little things, and that's gonna take you real far.
What to you, I've asked a lot of the players, what in your estimation was the turning point? The team was struggling in the middle of the season a little bit. Was there a moment or period of time where you started to think, you know what, we're going to get it on track here, we're going to be just fine?
Not really, man. When you play 162 games, a lot of things are going to happen. So once you know that, you know, things are going to take care of themselves.
The victory today was sweet. It was going tough for a little while. Look out. Look out. The good news is that was water, so it's not going to burn as much.
I live for this. You see, I live for this.
Well, you know what? Now that Manny's had the shower, I don't think there's anything more to say. Congratulations, and good luck getting ready for the postseason.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Manny Ramirez here with us. Look at that. Looking good, Manny. Getting a hug from Terry Adams. Back to you, Tom.
I think that might have been cold water, too. The Red Sox with a 7-3 win. They clinch a postseason berth. Our coverage continues after this. Bank player profile. You see what Bronson Arroyo has done. Unbeaten in September. He's got 3 no decisions in there as well. Certainly has made a case that he belongs as one of the 4 postseason starters. With his win tonight, he has 10 wins on the season. The 5th pitcher on this team with 10 or more wins. First time since 1979 that there are 5 pitchers with 10 or more wins. Now, if you look back, Eckersley, Torres, and Renko were starters. Bob Stanley was a starter that year, but also came out of the bullpen. Dick Drago was a reliever. Maybe more impressive that all 5 starters have 10 or more wins.
It was good to see. I was waiting on that to happen. I was, you know, in there cheering for Bronson because he deserved it, and he's been pitching well. But for them all to do that, that shows how the pitching staff of the Red Sox have came together and how they have been very important in our role here. So hopefully they can continue and take us even deeper into that postseason play.
All right, as we head to break, I want to remind you that auctioning on the bat that we've had autographed all year long here by everyone who's come on the show, from Mike Ditka to Pedro Martinez to Tom Warner and John Henry. It ends September 28th. That's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So the bidding goes through tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. You can own this one-of-a-kind piece of memorabilia, and we will announce the winner of the bat tomorrow night after the game on WB Mason's Extra Innings. A show that continues after this.